Welcome to Empirical Pea Pod. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. If you could, please subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, whatever the hell happens when we do these things. I'm your host, Tim Day. Let's get to the show.
Yeah, but you and I joke about that all the time, like, because you and I don't get along in the first place.
Well, and I have none of my friends are interested in my interests.
Yeah,
at all.
that's our thing.
None of them give a shit about motorcycles, cars, nothing.
I mean, I like motorcycles.
All my punk rock friends don't go to shows.
I like listening to you talk about cars.
Yeah.
But I don't give a shit about cars.
This is the one I usually listen to when I'm drawing and shit. Lo-fi
Do you
girl.
still draw?
Mm-hmm. That's why I bought the iPad.
Well, you can figure something out.
Yeah, dude, anytime.
No, we're recording now. We've been recording
Oh.
the last couple of months. Here.
Well, hello, world.
Yeah, well.
I have Domino's.
Oh, good. You can't have commercials on the fucking thing, so this is good. Thanks, Domino's. Man, I wish you would have listened to anything I say.
What was the question?
Yeah, it was a tragedy.
Yeah, it was a tragedy.
Yeah, you're just talking about not getting along with any of your
Oh, is that how we're starting?
apparently.
Yeah, so everybody that's been on the
We do
show.
an intro. Whoa, welcome to the show. Boo. We're here with Jason Kerry. Boo, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
You started with that. I don't really get along with any of my friends. What
Yeah,
do you mean?
no. I didn't say I don't get along.
Nah.
Did I say I don't get along?
No,
I
not
just said
at
it.
all.
Just nobody's into the shit I'm into.
Yeah,
It's weird that I'm such close friends with so many people
yeah.
that could give a shit what I'm into.
I think it's one of those things too. Like even when I think about like a relationship and stuff too, I don't necessarily want to date somebody that's into the same things that I'm into.
Mm-hmm.
I want to date or be close to people that are interested and like at least willing to learn about or hear about. Like nobody likes. I fucking love wrestling. Nobody likes wrestling.
I like wrestling.
But some people will sit here and like, especially lately, the last few months, people will sit here and watch it with me, and it makes me so what I presume is happy,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like that. And they listen to me talk about it like it means something, and that's
It's
cool.
weird, right?
It is weird, like because I'm not used to it. Because back in the day, you know, me and Jay would watch it at his house and stuff like that. But you know, he abandoned me so long ago. But yeah, I feel like it's the same thing. Like nobody cares about cars. Like I feel like you used to have more friends that were doing it.
Yeah, they've all moved.
Yeah.
Or shit out a bunch of kids and got married and
That's the technical term.
sold their cars to... I get it.
Yeah.
Sold their cars to facilitate having a family.
Sure, but I feel
But-
like it's something you can still do.
It's something you can still do.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, like
Like-
anything, it's what you are willing to make time for.
Yeah, like Guy Tiber is a great example. He's
Yeah.
got kids, still into cars, still into cool shit.
Man, he's amazing at balancing all of it. Like
Yeah.
even when we played in the band too, like
Yeah.
he could
Yes.
have. It's impressive because I've seen so many people that just flake out immediately,
Mm-hmm.
and even that, like I understand, it sounds overwhelming.
I'm sure it is too.
Yeah,
It's just, I don't know. It's passion.
yeah,
If I don't have hobbies, I got fucking nothing. So
that's how I feel too. But like, I mean, there's so many hobbies. Like I like to read comics. I like to watch wrestling.
I can't read.
You draw.
Draw.
You make a little drawing.
Yeah, sometimes I draw.
Sound like your mom.
She doesn't talk anymore.
That's true. I'm sure she does when we're not there.
Yeah, she screams at nurses.
God, I can just imagine.
She's a nightmare.
Yeah, well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's start at the beginning, I suppose.
Oh, God.
So you're actually not from Oswego.
No.
You're from Aurora?
Well,
right? Didn't your grandma or something live downtown?
I'm from, yeah. I was born here, Oswego.
Yeah.
My mom, we all lived at my grandma's house on Madison Street next to the water tower. It was me, her, my aunts, and cousins.
Yeah.
And then my mom was dating this dude from Aurora So I lived part-time in Aurora from like, I would say from 2 years old till I moved here full-time in high school.
Yeah. So you ended up going to school in Aurora first.
I went to Eastview for kindergarten and first grade,
Really?
and then second grade through freshman year I went to Aurora.
You're not, are you part of the group like Walsh and Andy and all those guys that
No,
came up?
they went to Boulder Hill.
Oh, okay. That's
I went
right.
to Eastview.
Okay, that makes sense.
I lived next door to my next door neighbor, like directly next door was Josh Tooley.
Oh, yeah.
And then behind me was Dave Yohanai and Greg Shoger.
I know those
So
guys.
I've known them since kindergarten.
Yeah, so you still have, which is another offshoot of the group.
Yeah.
That you guys have known each other since kindergarten.
Yep.
That's crazy. And then, but you still went to school after that for a while in Aurora.
Yeah, I went to school in Aurora, but I would come back at nights because my mom worked
Yeah.
second shift.
Yeah.
So she would pick me up from school, bring me to my grandma's in Oswego, and I would sleep there. And then she would get off work and take me to early-ass school in the morning in Aurora until we eventually just moved to Aurora to live with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I would say that was probably third or fourth grade.
Do you feel like you didn't have much supervision when you were a kid?
None.
Like, 'cause I feel like
Literally
like
none.
you today you'd call that, or maybe back then,
Latchkey.
and not today you'd call that a latchkey kid,
No.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just called being a kid when.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, none. Mom always worked nights.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend worked fucking 20 hours a day. He was a mechanic.
Yeah.
So he would leave before I woke up for school, and he wouldn't come home till 11, 12 o'clock at night every night.
Yeah.
And he wasn't out like drinking or dumb shit. He was working.
Working,
He worked
yeah.
like a dog, man.
He was a good dude, though.
He was a great dude.
Right? Because that's, would you say that that's where your love of cars kind of started?
Actually, I was against it
Really?
because he was so into it.
Yeah.
So I had like this fuck you about
the
me.
thing we still have to this day, where somebody
exactly
likes something
this.
and we're like, it's dumb.
But like I would say probably like around when I got a license.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, okay, this shit's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like I drove a bunch of regular cars, and then I drove his fast cars, and I was like, oh fuck these regular cars. I want fast cars.
What would have that looked like back then? Like, what's a fast car?
He was a big American muscle guy, so he had like Camaros and redneck shit.
Out of Camaro ones.
But I was always into import cars, like always.
Yeah.
Like my neighbors had Civics growing up, and I loved those. And
Yeah.
so that's what I got into.
So he got you into them, but you still had your little middle finger where you're like, I
Yeah.
like imports.
Absolutely. Because I'm an asshole.
Yeah, well, you know, if the shoe fits. So when did you end up in Oswego? Was it freshman year? Or?
Yeah, I moved here summer of before freshman year. My mom and dude split up
Yeah.
and just kind of took me out of everything I know and stuck me in a cornfield. Literally in a cornfield. I was surrounded 3 sides of my house by corn.
Yeah. Where did you guys go to first in Oswego?
Plainfield Road.
Really, that house?
That was the one, yeah.
Like because it was kind of like a farm.
Yeah, it was a farm.
I thought that was another
horse farm.
Boyfriend that she had. Tyler.
No,
That was actually her house.
she split with dude in Aurora,
Yeah.
but I still live there. I don't know where she was. She kind of just fucked off for a little bit,
Right.
and I stayed with dude in Aurora, and then she met.
After they broke up.
Yeah,
That's not awkward at all.
I mean I lived
You
there.
guys had a
yeah,
relationship.
he was pretty much
Yeah,
my
probably
dad.
wasn't. Yeah. Right.
That's a weird way
Yeah.
to say it. He was Mark.
Sure.
He's Mark. But yeah, so I stayed out there while she was getting to know Ken
Yeah.
in Oswego. And then eventually Ken asked her to marry him. So that's when I moved out here.
Did they get married?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she didn't, like you said, she kind of disappeared and didn't really.
Like that sounds worse than it is.
Okay.
she would just spend the nights at Ken's.
Right. All right. Fair enough.
And then I would see her, all the time, like
Yeah.
regular scheduled shit,
Sure.
like school and dinners and everything. But she
That
would
makes sense.
leave at night to go.
Yeah. So Ken ended up moving in
Yeah.
with you guys at that place.
That was his house. We moved in with him.
That's what I said. I thought it was
Yeah.
his house. There was
So-
3 giant Saint Bernards there.
No, we got those
Later.
afterwards. Yeah.
Yes.
There was nothing there because he was a horrible person. He hated pets. He made our dog sleep out on the fucking porch, which
Really?
I'm a dog lover, and that's,
Yeah.
you don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't have a dog if it doesn't get to live inside.
How long did they stay together?
Fuck. I don't know, into my 20s.
Yeah, damn, it was a long time.
Yeah.
Cause so once you then got to high school and kind of came back into Oswego full time, weren't you on the? Didn't you join football?
I played football when I was a child,
Yeah.
like the earliest you could sign up to play football.
Through the Park District? Or?
Yeah, Park District, and then in Aurora. And then I played all the way up until, I don't remember if it was junior year or senior year that I quit. But yeah.
Oh, you didn't finish off high school?
No, Hoinkus and I didn't see eye to eye on much.
You don't say.
Yeah. I don't know. I had to miss practice for a funeral for a family member. And he told me if I don't show up to practice, I don't get to play in 2 games. And that's the same day I quit playing football.
Yeah, that seems stupid.
So, is what it is. I love football. I still watch it. And,
Yeah.
you know, it was a great learning experience. Got, you know, it teaches you how to get along in groups.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Teaches you discipline.
It had to be it's a good discipline.
Because I was lawless before then.
Yeah, you kind of raised yourself
Exactly.
out on those hard streets of Oswego. But it's also got to be a good opening door, like, to make friends almost immediately. Also.
Yeah, instantly. Actually, my first day of football practice in Oswego in the summer, we were doing 2-a-days. I skateboarded all the way down Plainfield Road to the high school.
Wow.
And I showed up to practice on my skateboard.
Yeah.
And that's when, I think the first day, I became friends with Schmad and Cheech because they were punk rock kids on the football team.
Yeah.
And they saw me roll up on a skateboard, and instantly they were like, "Oh, this dude. Who's this dude?"
Well, actually, let's caveat that. When did you pick up or learn about skateboarding?
Fuck. I started when I was about 10 years old.
Yeah.
My neighbors, growing up, they were sponsored / pro snowboarders.
Oh, nice.
And their dad was actually my history teacher in Aurora, all through junior high. So I would be outside, I'm the only child, so I fucking played outside by myself a lot.
Very spoiled.
And I had this old school, like, big ass, fuck you. I had this old school, like, big ass Nash skateboard that was heavy as fuck, and it sucked. I mean, it's probably worth a fucking $1,000 now, but at the time it was a piece of shit. And they saw me out there, like, struggling, like, with this big ass board, and they just gave me one of their old boards.
Nice.
And they were like, "Hey man, we do this a lot. Do you want to come, come over to the high school? We'll show you how to, like, do tricks and shit." And that's when I got hooked. They also got me into punk rock and shit too.
That's awesome. I actually loved skateboarding when I was a kid. I'd never seen anything.
Yeah.
Other than, like,
I got all their old boards and shit. It was
like
awesome.
Skater
I got
Die, Skater Die Kids back in Glendale Heights was like all I had seen of it, but I was like, I just liked the idea of it. And instead of getting a skateboard, my dad made skateboards for us, which was
awesome.
Yeah, just woods, just like a little piece of wood that you could barely get both feet on, and like shitty roller skate wheels that you
metal.
Oh my god, they were steel, so you couldn't do anything with them. You could lay on your stomach and go down the driveway. That was awesome.
Not my big stomach.
Not now.
Dragon stomach on both sides of the board.
35 years ago, sure, but not today, not today.
Yeah, no, my first one, I think it was a good one. Like, Nash is a good company back in the day.
Yeah.
And my mom bought it, and I had it for probably from when I was like 6 until 10, and I just beat the shit out of it. It was a piece of shit.
Well, even then, so you're still in the 80s anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole different ballgame.
And then just my neighbors just saw me, and they were like, "Hey, like, skateboards don't look like that anymore. You want a real one?" And I was like, well, "Okay." And they taught me everything. We used to skate on Galena Boulevard, like in between traffic.
It's crazy.
Traffic would die down, and we'd go out there and fucking push and try to ollie the manhole covers and stuff.
That's wild.
Yeah, and then they actually gave me my first snowboard too when I was like 11 or 12 because they were sponsored, so they were free to them.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So
that's really cool.
Yeah, and they would take me on like they were Christian snowboarders, so
Yeah.
they would take me on their church trips,
Yeah.
and that's where I learned to snowboard. Was on church trips.
Hey, I mean, whatever it takes, that's still
Yeah, it's
awesome.
free ride to the mountain. That's all I
Yeah,
cared about.
That's really cool. What, because at some point you completely ripped your leg apart. When did that happen?
That was like 2 weeks after I turned 19 and got off my mom's insurance.
Okay, so that was after high school.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
So you,
It was 2000.
when,
Or no, 01. Like the summer of 01.
literally
After high school.
Like literally after.
Yeah.
That's crazy too, because so through high school you played football,
Yep.
did your skating thing, did whatever the hell all of us did. You didn't go to college, right?
I went to Wabanzi and I
Really?
took the auto body class.
The one that guy teaches now.
No, he teaches automotive.
Oh, is it
I did
different?
auto body.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Auto
yeah.
body.
And that, I learned how to paint cars because, again, that's when I was like,
Really? Is that where you learned how to paint cars?
Yeah.
Because that's going to come up again.
I was in that class with Danny T and Shoger.
Wow.
Yeah. They're the reason I joined the class. I wasn't ever going to do anything because I had a job making money.
Yeah. What were you doing back then?
I was working with Lewis doing asphalt. So, like,
Right out of high school?
I started that job when I was 16.
Oh,
'Cause
wow.
we were
yeah.
seal coating driveways at 16, 17.
Yeah, because you went back to it a long time later.
Yeah.
That's what makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't you work at Domino's?
That was my first job. It was literally a half a block away from my house in Aurora.
Just walk there?
Yeah, I just walked there.
Yeah.
That's where I met a bunch of my skateboard friends, actually. They all worked there.
Really?
So, yeah. Like my buddy Anthony, he worked there.
Are you still friends with any of your skateboard friends from back then?
From Aurora?
Yeah.
I would like to be, but no. Everybody got families and moved on. And
Yeah, that's true. And We're
Yeah.
still stagnant. Not doing
I got a bunch of my friends actually from there moved to California, so I wouldn't even know how to get a hold of them anymore.
Yeah, if only there was like some.
The internet.
Yeah, if only the internet existed.
Someday we'll figure out that internet thing. We'll probably
Way
look
to
them up.
stay in contact if you're not next to somebody. That makes sense.
But yeah, actually, I met a bunch of people from Oswego through skateboarding in Aurora too.
Really?
Yeah. Randomly, like my buddy Worm, he was one of the funniest fucking kids in school. He didn't ever like take skateboarding serious, but he had a board and he would come around with us all the
Yeah.
time. And he went to, I believe, church with Dan Leisure. There's a way Dan Leisure knows him.
Right.
So I got in through him
We'll have to
and my
get
buddy
Dan
Frank.
Laser on the show and figure it out.
Yes, that would be great.
That would be awesome.
My buddy Frank that I skateboarded with the most, like him and Anthony were like my skateboarding like everyday homies.
Yeah.
My buddy Frank went to Dan Leisure's church too, I believe. So when I moved to here, I kind of had an in right away with Dan
Yeah.
because I knew him from Aurora because of skateboarding.
Yeah. Plus, the Leasers are everywhere.
Leisure.
They're that clan.
I'm not saying Zer, it's Zer.
Leaser.
Zhuzh it up.
Look, the first guest I had was Katie Leaser.
Katie Loser. Loser?
Loser.
I'm just kidding. I love you.
And at that point, I pronounced it correctly. Whatever happens now is just
Yeah.
what happens.
Water under the bridge.
Water in the bathtub.
Water, baby in the bathtub. But yeah, so skateboarding and football kind of got me thrown into two like huge friend groups
Yeah.
instantly in Oswego.
Yeah.
Like I was friend, and turns out I played music in junior high too.
Did you?
Yeah, I was in a
You just pick up a guitar, or did
yeah,
you?
I was in a punk band called the Squeegee Thieves,
I remember that.
and so
That was in junior high.
I started 8th grade. Yeah,
Wow.
maybe somewhere after 8th grade, but
Yeah, because I thought that was as you. were
I
coming
didn't
to
hang out with
Oswego.
anybody in Oswego, like
Yeah.
hang out until freshman, sophomore year.
Yeah.
I stayed with my friends in Aurora because I was like, fuck Oswego, fuck those farm nerds. Like, I'm a city kid, I don't do this shit.
City kid. This is one town over.
Dude, it was ghetto as fuck, though. Back,
for sure.
back then, we were
Yeah.
in skating in drive-bys and shit. It sucked.
Yeah, we all remember your high school photos with your full
Oh,
mustache.
the mustache. Oh, my God. Yeah, I wanted to be Mexican because 99% of my friends were Mexican.
Like, not for nothing.
I was
mean,
raised by
You
Mexicans.
grew up there, like.
Like that's another thing. I was literally raised. My buddy Lewis and Anthony, like their parents took me in because my mom, not to say she was absent, like she
Yeah.
just worked nights. So
Yeah,
I had a
exactly.
lot of free time.
Yeah, a lot of things will probably come up, but I don't want to paint your mom in a bad picture.
No, my
for
mom is
anything.
fantastic.
Right, and she was a single mother that.
She did her goddamnedest.
Right, absolutely. So
Dealt
like,
a shit hand in life and did her best.
anything that comes up that sounds like we're
Yeah.
shitting on her is
No.
gonna be in
That's
jest.
just because we shit on.
Right. That's why I want
each
to
other.
clarify that it's gonna be in jest in general.
I'm gonna shit on my mom. I'm gonna shit on Tim. I'm
Yeah.
gonna shit on all you guys that have fucking been on past episodes.
Oh, cool. This will be fun for all of us.
That's my love language. Shitting on the people I love.
I can't imagine why you're single.
Oh, god damn it. I think that's more of an appearance thing. I'll shit on myself too. It's fine.
So after high school, you do the automotives thing for a little bit, but so this is when you're skating, and literally, is it your left leg?
Yeah.
It's a knee. It turns around completely.
Yeah, I dislocate. So we were skating in St. Charles. At the St. Charles had this little tiny skate park, but it was awesome. It was like one of the best skate parks around, but it was small as fuck. And this lady brought like 10 like kindergartners there to fucking skate, push around basically, and just get in the way. And I was trying this trick all day off the side of a fucking launch box, and I finally got it down, and I was landing it, and I was like, all right, let's get this one on film. And so I go, I'm like, let me get one more, and then let's get it on film.
Yeah.
And then, so I go for the last trick before we start filming it.
Yeah.
And this little kid on rollerblades comes stumbling right in front of me. And this dude had to be 5 years old, 6 years old.
Yeah.
And it's either take out the kid and like annihilate and maybe kill this kid, or bail
Would it
completely.
be that serious?
Oh yeah, I was going 100 miles an hour. I was
Really? Yeah.
I was launching myself off this box, like
Okay.
trying to clear like a 6, 7, 8 foot
Yeah.
gap, however big it was.
So
Like
maybe
however,
not murder him, but like definitely gonna.
I would have
hurt
hurt
him
the shit out
bad.
of him. Yeah, bad.
Yeah.
So I bail, and I bailed a million times in my life. I know how to bail.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I landed like looking at the kid with like my shoulders and head, but my lower half of my body was still traveling the way it was traveling.
Right.
So I landed with my foot planted weird, and all my weight at the time just fucking twisted my left leg, and my kneecap ended up behind my leg, and it cracked in half when I hit the asphalt.
Your knee.
My kneecap
The
cracked.
patella, whatever.
Yeah. No. The actual
Oh,
kneecap.
the actual cap.
It cracked.
Yeah.
I dislocated my leg from the knee down. My foot was facing like 180 degrees the opposite direction. I could see my heel when I looked down. I tore ACL, MCL, PCL. I tore about 90% of the nerves that are connected in that area.
Do you not feel stuff?
It's
Certain spots?
weird. From like middle of the shin to like maybe 3 inches above my knee. It's
Yeah.
like I can feel it, but it's either a weird, creepy feeling or a sharp pain. Like there's no in between. Like you can't just rest your hand on my knee. I'll freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's weird. And then in the process of it twisting so far, I also thought I could stand up because I didn't feel it because it severed all the nerves.
Sure.
So it just got really hot. I'm like, oh, fuck, what is that? And I tried to
Yeah.
stand up, and I turned it even more. So I over tweaked it. So
Yeah.
my knee was like, 190, 200 degrees,
I don't even like
the
hearing
opposite
about it.
direction. Excuse me. And then, so what happened then was it pinched the main artery that runs through your leg.
Right.
And if I wouldn't have dropped to the ground, if I would have stayed like trying to stand on it,
Yeah.
it would have completely pinched off that artery, and I would have lost my leg.
Damn.
Yeah,
Did the doctor tell you that?
they would
That's
not let me go home
crazy.
for like 3 days.
Yeah.
They were like, we gotta watch it because it could die at any time. We might have to cut your leg
So you
off.
stay in the hospital for
Yeah.
a while. I mean, it's a huge, ridiculous.
Yeah,
injury.
it's
You
stupid.
said you had just gotten off your mom's insurance.
Just straight off of it. She was pissed.
How? Why at that time would you have gotten off of it?
Because when you're 18, you get dropped from your parents' insurance.
If you live with them, it goes till 25.
I don't know how it works,
Yeah.
but she had to get me like some Cobra shit or
Okay.
some extended insurance because I was no longer on her insurance,
Yeah.
and it was gonna be
Well, if you were working with Luce at the time, did they not have insurance through them?
no. We worked for his dad, so we got paid cash.
Nice.
Yeah. We weren't payroll till we went union.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of helping out.
Yeah.
What was the recovery like for that?
I couldn't walk for a year. I couldn't drive my car.
You couldn't walk for a whole year.
Almost an entire year, yeah. I had to relearn to walk. Like,
Yeah.
everything, it was basically like I lost a leg. And
How did you even work then? Like,
I didn't.
obviously you couldn't go back to.
Yeah.
to
Luckily, my mom was cool as shit and let me not have a job.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
you didn't have a choice, really.
Yeah, I
Like,
didn't really have a choice.
couldn't work at home back then.
I mean, I could have worked on crutches, maybe.
Ugh.
But luckily at the time, my mom was doing okay. Her husband was doing okay, and I didn't have to have a job.
Yeah,
So,
that's still insane to think about not being able to walk for. A
yeah,
year.
it was almost a whole year. And then the doctors told me, they're like, you're never going to walk. You're not going to walk right. You're not going to run ever. You're not going to skate ever. And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm a skater. I'm going to skate.
Yeah, it
And
was. You
legitimately-
you do skate.
Oh, yeah, like a year and a half later, like after that happened, like I was back to full skating. Like,
Yeah.
like it never happened. Like,
That's like ridiculous.
dude, the first day back, I was shitting my pants. I'm
I'll
like,
bet.
Like the first time I was like, I remember we were at the Old Navy at the St. Charlestown Mall, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it is now.
Yeah, whatever.
And there used to be this planter box that was perfect for skateboarding in the front. And I was there with Anthony and Lewis, and I'm like, let me see one of your boards. I want to skate. And they were like, no, dude, like, don't. You're going to fuck it up. Like, and I was like, dude, I just want to try. And that first ollie back, like, I was like, oh, I'm fucking back. I can
Yeah.
do it. I can skate again. And that's all I cared about back then. That's all I fucking cared about. That and playing music. Like,
Was
that's
it?
all I
But
cared
like,
about.
it had to be a whole learning curve. Obviously, you had to relearn to walk and everything too. But like, doing an ollie is one thing.
Yeah.
But like, then trying to kick flip or.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
off
it
of
was
any
a
kind
slow,
of
it was a
plan.
slow comeback, but it was,
Sure.
when I saw that I could ollie still, I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
But even to like,
I'm getting that.
I gotta think that your skateboarding never looked the same again. But you're still out there.
I got
doing
better.
it. Really?
Way better.
That's stupid.
Until Jay Giesler broke my other leg.
I was saying, isn't there another tragedy about your other leg at
Yeah.
some point?
That happened many, many years later.
Yeah. Yeah. Now during this time also, when did tag-along start?
Fuck. That was high school.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year. I'm really bad with dates. I'm
Yeah,
not like
it
your other
doesn't matter.
guests who
At
remember
some
everything.
point, I want to do a round table with all
Yeah.
you guys and like dig deeper into the band stuff. I want to keep it more just about you guys individually as we do these. But I know that it's somewhere in there
I
before high
want to
school ended.
say that happened around sophomore, junior year.
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
I was with Squeegee Thieves for a while.
Yeah.
And then just the hassle of going back and forth to Aurora. Like, I would take my aunt back and forth every day,
Yeah.
dragging it down the stairs, all that. And I had at that time, I had a half stack, which
But
nobody
you were
else.
doing that before you drove.
Well, before I would just leave it at Anthony's house.
Yeah.
But then that was when I lived in Aurora, and I could just go
Right.
to my stuff. you know,
Yeah, how did you even afford a half stack?
I don't know.
I guess I
was doing asphalt,
Yeah, that's true. That's good money.
I've had a job since I was like 14.
Yeah, I've been working since I was 11.
Had to.
Under the table stuff or whatever. Yeah, me too. I feel that the parents are, if you want your own, like,
Exactly.
we'll get you this. If
Yeah.
you want your own,
I don't come from any sort of money. My mom was broke. She worked her ass off till the last day.
yeah,
My dad worked his ass off till his last day. Like,
yeah. Did you also during this? You never really had a relationship with your dad,
no.
like
I did up until probably till about the same time I moved to Oswego.
yeah, because him and your mom were never married.
Never married.
Were they even like together?
No.
So
They were together for like a year, and then I happened, and they hated each other.
they never reconciled at all, eh?
No.
Yeah, because it's not like he moved far away either.
He didn't move anywhere.
Yeah,
He was in Plano the whole time.
it's insane to think about. how
I think they met at a bar in
Yeah.
between Plano and Oswego.
there's a lot of them.
Yeah. I don't know their whole origin story because neither of them want to fucking talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not intriguing anyways. I'm sure
But yeah,
this-
my dad was cool. Like, I got along with him great up until around 14, and
Did you do the normal,
Yeah, weekends.
sharing-
Just
yeah,
weekends.
weekends and stuff?
like, you know, and that helped my mom a lot because, like I said, she's a single mom working, so
Sure.
she needed.
Give her some recharge
get the
time.
fuck- yeah.
absolutely.
And my dad had a whole other family, and my step brothers and my step brother and sisters were cool as shit. So I always had a good time out there,
Yeah.
and just it was what it was.
Do
You
you
know?
still talk to any of them?
No, Not since like freshman year. Like when my dad decided to cut ties with me, that's kind of when I cut
Is that
ties.
what happened? Like, there was a particular moment where he just kind of disappeared?
I kind of gave him an ultimatum because he was abusing drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
And it was becoming a problem, and I didn't want to deal with it because at that time, that's about the age where you start realizing what's going on.
That's why I like working in the junior
Yeah.
high, because kids are just realizing your parents are full of shit.
Like I would just go to his house and like I would get there and he'd be drunk already on like
Yeah.
3:00 on a Friday. I'm like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
that
Like this is our
sucks.
weekend. We're supposed to go fishing and shit, and you're just hammered with your buddies.
Yeah, that sounds
You know?
awful.
And like it would be like us kids like not allowed to come inside because they're drinking inside, having a good time.
Yeah.
So I'd go and play with my brother and my
This
stepsisters.
story's about my brother by Drake on Amazon Music.
Echo! Stop.
Sorry.
That was uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's probably my dead dad.
Yeah, playing a little
He's
prank
fucking
on us.
playing a prank on me, talking
Yeah.
shit.
That was really awkward.
But no, like it's the '80s, well, it was the '90s at that point. But parents, you don't come inside while we're doing our thing.
It was still a time when you could
Or
send
you go in the
kids
other
out.
room.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know when it's okay to go.
They like, just go outside. I
Yeah,
don't
get
care
away
where
from
you're
us.
going.
Our friends are over. Go away.
Yeah.
And it got to the point. I'm like, why am I even coming over here on weekends? Like,
Yeah.
if I don't even see you, like,
Right.
you're drunk, and then Saturday you're hungover. You don't want to hang out with me,
Yeah.
and then Sunday you try to make up for it, but what for?
Yeah. It's
It's like,
sounds
dude, fuck
terrible.
this.
I
So,
gotta
like,
think too, like, if
and that's the
once
point.
you-
I started getting interested in girls and shit anyway. So
yeah,
like
those are way better than drunk
my interest
dance.
in hanging out with my dad 2 towns away just
Yeah.
wasn't.
I gotta
my
think too,
drunk
like,
dad,
when
yeah.
you had gone to your mom and been like, "Hey, this is not fun anymore." She'd
There
be
was a
like, "Yeah, then
catalyst. We went to Wisconsin Dells, and he was supposed to have me back for school Sunday night,
Yeah.
and him and everybody we were with decided to get fucking plastered, and so I didn't get home till like midway through Monday,
Wow.
and so he pulled up in my driveway, and my mom and him got into it, and just the way he treated my mom during that moment, even knowing he was completely wrong, but
Yeah.
he still acted the way he did. That was kind of when I was like, fuck this dude. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. There's
And then he's, if I didn't reach out to him, he wasn't going to reach out to me.
right.
It just became that whole weird shit that everybody goes through. Like,
Yeah, I've got this similar shitty dad story.
Yeah.
I feel you.
yeah, yeah.
The same thing where I
So-
see how he does to my mom, and I'm like, okay, this
Yeah.
is a baby ass dude.
And it sucks, dude. Like, he wasn't a bad dad. He was fun. He was fun as shit. And,
Yeah.
like, he just, addiction. It's addiction.
Yeah, way it goes. I don't know what my dad.
Like, he never
mental health.
treated me
Yeah.
bad. He was just not present when he
Yeah.
should have been. Like, I don't know how to fucking explain that.
Yeah, like you said, it is what it is.
He's fun as shit, man.
Yeah.
He taught me to fight, taught me about chicks, and taught me to fish. I
That's
still
it.
suck at fishing, but he taught me.
It's so fun though. I love fishing.
He taught
so
me
much.
all my sports shit. Like,
Yeah, that's all I've got too. Is like, everybody loved my dad. All my friends were like, "Your dad's so funny all the time."
my dad was funny too.
like, shit
He
gets
got me
old.
into stand up and all that shit, so that's
yeah,
good.
I was exposed to way too young to George Carlin, and my dad loved Andrew Dice Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like when you're a kid, it's funny because it's funny.
Because it's
But
absurd.
as I've grown up, I'm like, I like the George Carlin one and the Eddie Murphy stuff, but I don't know about.
Dude, Dice is still funny.
I do. I like him as
Like, the 80s shit is absurd.
yeah.
But if you listen to his stuff now, like,
yeah,
he's just funny now.
He's funnier now, I think. than he's in movies now too. And he's a really good actor. It's
Oh, really?
Crazy.
I haven't seen that.
He was in that Lady Gaga film.
Lady Gaga made a film?
She's made a few of them now, but yeah,
Well, she made the one with the country guy who killed himself.
that's the one. Yeah,
He's in that? Holy
Andrew Dice
shit.
Clay is her dad in that
I must not have paid enough attention.
because he's such a good actor. He's blending. That's how good he's doing.
Yeah. But yeah, so I kind of stopped hanging out with him at 14, 15. And then I saw him. He came to my graduation party.
Yeah.
He didn't talk to me until then.
Yeah.
And then I didn't talk to him until
Did you ever talk to him again after that?
I talked to him when I was like maybe 30.
Yeah.
No. Like 28. Something, I don't know. late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then I got a call that he was in the hospital, had a heart attack and a stroke. And then 2 days later, he was gone.
Yeah. Has it been that long now already?
It's been about 5 or 6 years.
It's got. Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's been 6 years since my dad died.
I mean, I could look at the Instagram post. That's the last time I fucking posted about him.
I'm good.
Like, yeah, I'd say probably, maybe 7.
Do you feel
I
like?
don't know. I was living in Naperville, so that was
Yeah.
5, 6 years ago.
Do you feel like at that time too, like when you was kind of it had gone the way it went, right in like as you're a teenager there, and that's kind of when it kind of shifted because you already mentioned like you got 2 really good groups of friends going on anyways, and you kind of because we're very much our friends are our family people.
Very much.
I feel like that's kind of the birth of it right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Once
absolutely.
you're
That
like, okay.
that started when I was young. Like,
Yeah, I guess
I'm an only
being
child.
a latchkey kid like that.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
I'm an only child.
Yeah.
So,
and you
and
were
like I
lucky enough
said,
to be around families that like brought you in,
yeah, and my family's always hated each other. I don't know why. I don't know the
like
backstory.
your extended family.
Yeah, all of them. Like my grandma's, like my mom's siblings.
Yeah.
None of them get along, like at all.
That's crazy.
They never have.
I feel like your mom was close to her mom.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's literally it.
And my aunt Deanna, like they were like the only 3 that got along.
Yeah.
My other aunt was a drug addict, and my 2 uncles are assholes.
Right.
So none of
whatever
them got
reason.
along. And then my dad's side of the family, none of them talked to each other
Yeah.
at all.
Nobody from that side ever reached out to you, like
No.
even your step siblings.
No. I talked to, I think, my stepsister Nikki right after my dad died,
Yeah.
and she was just like, hey, like, this sucks. If you need anything, I'm here. And I was like, and I have nothing against them. I love
Yeah,
them.
for sure.
Like, they were good people.
Yeah.
It's just,
It just
Yeah.
is what, like. you
and then
keep
he had a
saying.
whole nother family after that because my stepmom passed away while he was still alive.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. So after, God, my life is fucking weird. So my stepmom passed away. She had diabetes,
Yeah.
and that took her life when I think I was 16 or 17 when she passed. So I heard about it because I wasn't talking to my dad at the
So
time.
that wasn't too far after you guys were pretty
Yeah.
much done anyway.
And then, so my step siblings went back with their family after that when my dad got a new wife.
Yeah.
So then he had a whole other family. So
So there's even more people out there.
yeah, I don't even know them. I have more half brothers and sisters that I don't know
They've
about.
never
Never met them. Don't know them. Don't even know their names.
I wonder if they even know you exist. To be honest.
I think they do. His wife reached out to me when he
Oh,
was.
really?
She was like, "You need to come see him before he dies."
Oh,
and I was like,
that's right. I remember you
I was
telling
like,
me that.
"Why?
Yeah.
I don't know him. I haven't seen him in 20 years. I don't know what he
Yeah.
like. Maybe I'm an asshole,
I
but
don't think so.
I didn't know him anymore. He
Yeah.
didn't. He never reached out to me, and then I'm supposed to give a shit when he's dying.
There's this societal duty.
Maybe I am an asshole.
No, there's this idea that you're supposed to. Look, some people like this idea.
was
of,
the
like,
adult.
I have to put stuff. I have to put stuff aside and be the bigger person, and like and that's great. If you want to do that, you can.
Yeah.
And if that is going to give you your closure or your opportunity or whatever, great. We don't all need that.
I don't need closure ever.
Right, exactly. You don't need another person to get your own closure.
Nobody owes me shit.
That's how I feel too, and nobody owes me shit, and I don't owe anybody else anything. Like, which is an important distinction.
And it's not an asshole thing either. I think a lot of people think that's an asshole thing.
I don't
Like,
think so.
maybe I don't think it's an asshole thing because I don't feel like anybody owes me anything.
Yeah,
So when I feel like I don't owe anybody else anything, I'm like, well,
it feels even.
it feels even.
Right.
Maybe it's an asshole thing. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think that
But-
it's an asshole thing.
I didn't feel like I needed to go see this dude who didn't give a shit about me for the majority of my life.
Yeah,
I didn't need to go see him die.
right. Not
Why?
for nothing. Even people that
He was guaranteed a death sentence. He wasn't coming back.
right.
He was in a coma and they were going to take him off.
Yeah, but like even people that we know is gonna happen to that I like do genuinely care about. I don't like going and seeing them in the hospital attached to a bunch of machines.
No,
Like I don't want to do that either.
no way.
Like we've lost a lot of friends, and that's not how I want to remember them. Like I'll gladly hold on to all the laughter and the funny things that we got to do, not watching them cling to life in the hospital.
Yeah.
So, which again, teach his own. If that's like I 100% support you if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
I'll even go with you. I'm not going in the room.
I'll even go in the room with you. It's just that it's not what satisfies my needs.
Yeah.
Like, I said goodbye personally in my head
Right.
the way I needed to.
Yeah.
I let it go. I forgave him for everything.
Yeah. Which I think is huge. Like, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, it's like when he was finally gone, did you feel like a weight off your shoulders? Or was it just
No,
like whatever?
he just, like I said, like
It had been long
It had
enough.
been like 20 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 18, 20 years since I seen him.
Yeah.
So, and I have a hard time getting mad about everything because a lot of it stemmed from his best friend, Stevie.
Yeah.
His wife passed
Yeah.
suddenly, like unexpectedly. And then Stevie couldn't handle it, so he suicided himself.
Right.
And that was my dad's best friend.
Right.
So that sent him into a drug and alcohol spiral.
That is definitely.
So I couldn't fault him because that's the way he was coping with it.
Yeah.
Like, you have a kid and other stepkids, you should be there, but you're not. But I get it, because So I was never like mad at him. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I don't know how to explain it. Like,
Well, not for
it
nothing.
was just like, this is your thing. You're dealing with it. When
Yeah.
you're done, I'm here.
But not for nothing.
But he
what
never
you're
came
talking
back.
about is the trauma response to the point where you understand something so well that you
Yeah.
understand why you're being neglected and it makes sense to you.
Is it weird to understand shit like that when you're 13 years old?
Yes.
Is it weird? Because it's normal to fucking me.
Well, yeah. I think it shows a level of maturity that you picked up without being
by
taught.
raising myself.
Like literally from nowhere. It
Yeah.
just. But I think you can see that you've always been. You can see the bigger picture.
Yeah, no, I just saw the change in him
Yeah.
shortly after that happened. I'm like, oh,
Right.
he can't handle this like that.
Yeah.
And I love Stevie too. Stevie was fucking awesome, man.
Right.
But
I'd be curious how that exact idea translates into traumatic or abusive relationships, where you understand the other person's perspective, so you just keep letting them do what they're doing.
that's my whole life.
Right.
That's,
Of course it is.
God, do we? Is this a wormhole we're going down, or should we just keep talking about?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if there is enough.
I don't know, man. Yeah. So I didn't need to say goodbye. I didn't need to do all the fucking bullshit that they tell you have to do. Like, I forgave him in my own way. He's gone. I enjoyed the time I had with him.
Yeah. I
And
think that's best you can
here
hope
we
for.
are. I turned out fucking good, I think.
Yeah.
I got all my ducks in a row. I got a good job.
Yeah.
I had fucking a million friends.
Yeah.
So
That's. Well, see, even like that, what you just said there is a proof of a point I want to make, because we've already done it a million times in the last half hour. But we have this reputation of being quote unquote mean
oh yeah,
or
we're
berating
dicks.
ourselves. But I don't think that people understand that it's not serious.
No, like I said earlier, that's my love language.
Right.
Talking shit. Like,
I don't want to hurt other people.
that might be the Irish in
But I
me.
think
That
you and
might
I
be.
are so close that we have to hurt each
Oh,
other.
yeah, I'm
But like
gonna
everybody else, I don't want
stab
to
you
hurt
every
your
fucking chance I
feelings.
get.
Which I get.
You know what Tim did today?
Yeah.
Tim tried to show a 10-year-old how flexible he was and blew his fucking calf out.
Look, that's a true story that doesn't need to be talked about here. But
Yeah,
I
I'm going to talk about it because fuck you, you're retarded.
can't say that.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I did have to prove to a group of 13-year-olds say that I could still karate kick them in the face if I had to. I didn't.
Uh-huh. So
but if
you
I had to.
deserve to be ridiculed,
Yeah, so
is what I'm getting
the
at.
good news is that I nailed it, but my pivot leg
Now you're
ripped all the
nailed.
tendons
Now
off.
you're nailed to the couch because your legs don't
I
work.
can't walk. Well,
Because you're
40
stupid.
Being 40 is stupid.
So yeah. So taking the piss, as you like to say a lot, which
I do
annoys
like
me
to-
because you say it 30 times each episode.
Yeah, I hate listening to
But
myself on
taking the
the
piss is my
podcast.
love language. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna razz you. I'm gonna give you the business.
Yeah,
But
we also mostly do it
it's
to
because
ourselves.
I fucking love you so much.
Yeah, like you and I particularly.
I'm
wanna-
never mean to anybody I don't like.
Right, but our
Isn't
thing,
that fucking weird? I'm nice to people I don't like.
Yeah,
I'm a dick to the people I love.
yeah. It's
Where's,
not,
where's the okay in that?
well, stupid is what it is. but
Like, people I don't like, I just ignore.
we take it to a point of our thing is we want to say the most ridiculous stuff.
Oh yeah, we
the
push.
most out like just
We
to
Andy
say
Halder it every time.
Yeah, shock value, and then like whatever we'll joke, we'll laugh.
Andy
about
Halder.
and the rest of the world's like, oh my god.
The habitual line stepper.
Yeah, the best is doing it around somebody like Schmed.
Oh yeah.
When he's like, "Jeez, you guys."
Jesus Christ. Like these, not that Schmed's a PC guy, but
No,
like
not at all.
the people who aren't used. Like we were raised on stand up. So
Yeah.
I work blue.
Right.
My whole life I've
The
worked
point is
blue.
to just say
like,
the joke.
yeah, you say it and
Always
then
go for the laugh.
You go for the laugh, and then
Yeah.
the reaction is the funny part.
But
Like the joke is horrible usually.
that's the point.
The reaction is fucking great.
Yeah.
Like
The-
that's where the dopamine hits.
Yes, absolutely.
Like,
But
God,
the-
I made everybody cringe. That's awesome.
a reaction is a reaction.
Yes.
But it's we don't actually hate ourselves. We're not actually
I mean,
like yeah, I know, I'm with you. But we're telling them.
oh yeah, secret time.
Yeah.
We don't quotes hate ourselves.
Yeah, we don't actually think that we're as garbagey as we pretend we do.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're not great either.
Like I don't know what the word is. I don't know what the word is. I do hate myself. But like internally,
Internalize it.
I fucking love me. I know I'm a good person. I know
Right.
I'm a great friend.
Yeah.
I know I'm loyal as it gets.
I have a question about that actually, even
Oh.
there, just with what you said there. Do you think that?
But I
know
do
you-
hate myself.
But do you
It's
think
weird.
it's because like you can see that I'm a good guy? Like
I'm a great
feel-
guy.
Yeah, I feel like I do. what I
That
would
sounds like an
consider-
asshole thing to say, but I'm,
No, but I
I'm
feel like
a
I would
fucking
do
really good dude.
what's considered positive things, but sometimes other people around you react a certain way, or
Okay.
they mistreat you, and you're like, "Well, then
Everybody
I
mistreats
must be awful. If I think I'm doing good and they're treating me this way, I must be bad." Do you feel that ever?
I should. I should feel that way.
Right.
But as you said earlier, it's like a trauma response.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Right.
It's ingrained in my fucking DNA.
Yeah.
Like I sympathize that everybody's going through their own shit, and I'm
Right.
probably the last thing anybody's worrying about.
Yeah.
So when I get treated like shit, I'm like, well, they probably got other shit that's making them do that to me.
Yeah.
No matter how good I am to them, they've got that one thing they're hung up on that's making them do that,
Right.
and
So they're gonna
that's
mistreat you.
forgivable, because who the fuck am I?
Right. Exactly. Again, nobody owes you anything.
Nobody owes me shit.
Yeah. It's fun. It's almost funny to me because.
And I don't take any offense to it. Like
Yeah.
you and other people have told me I should, and maybe I should if other people are fucking saying it.
Well, healthy boundaries would probably be great.
Yeah, I don't have those. I don't
Yeah,
have any
maybe
boundaries.
someday, but
But I'm so sympathetic because I've been through hell and back,
yeah,
and I don't want to. If you're working through it the way you're working through it, I don't want to fuck it up for you if this is what's working. I don't. That sounds so retarded.
it doesn't.
Again,
stop
can't say it.
saying that. It
Sorry.
doesn't sound ridiculous.
I'm from the '80s.
It doesn't.
We can
there's no
say it.
excuse.
The excuse is I am retarded.
You're making it worse. You go in the wrong direction.
Sorry.
But as ridiculous as it sounds,
I'm drinking alcohol.
Yes, everybody knows you're an alcoholic.
Am I the first one to do alcohol on the show?
Yes.
Nice. You're welcome,
No,
America.
actually, Dan, I think.
Oh,
Walsh
goddamn
had
Walsh.
he had some
Well,
fancy drink.
I
That
can't be
might-
mad. I love Dan in every possible way.
He's good. He's a good
He's one
person.
of my favorite people in the
Him
entire
and I
world.
talked about books like a couple of nerds. What a cool
I enjoyed.
podcast.
Can I tell you? Sidebar.
Yeah.
I have enjoyed every episode,
Yeah.
and I'm not just stroking your ding dong here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you for doing this. You've talked about it for so long,
Yeah.
and I talk to you more than anybody else talks to you.
That's true.
And to see it come to fruition and to hear the stories from my favorite people,
Yeah.
like everyone, there's been like maybe 2 or 3 people that you've done that I don't know, but I love their stories too because it's so cool. But like to hear all these people I've been calling my friends for 20 plus years tell their stories and tell like all the stuff they've been through and all the ways they've overcome shit, and just it's so fucking cool, man. Like
Yeah.
this is the coolest shit. Like if it doesn't mean shit to the rest of the world, it means the world to me.
Yeah, that's
It's
how
so
I feel,
fucking
dude.
cool, man. I'm so proud of you. And I was so fucking happy to hear all my best friends tell about their lives. Like,
Yeah.
so many cool stories. And it's weird because I know a lot of the stories, but I know my version of the stories,
Right. Yeah.
and it's so cool to hear everyone else's. Like,
Yeah.
and it baffles me that anyone wants to hear mine.
It makes me laugh
It's
too because
fucking weird, dude.
like these will end up being the official stories
Yeah.
because they're actually documented.
But I just wanted to take a side
yeah.
and say thank you for doing this.
Well,
like,
I-
it's fucking cool, man.
I appreciate it. Like it's just my own stupid little show.
Like,
but these people, all
Wipe
of our
that
friends are
smirk
so
off your
incredible.
face, like feeling all good. You're still dog shit.
Yeah,
Like,
no, yeah. Yeah,
you
keep
just
me in
did
my
one good.
place.
You did one good thing, Tim. Calm down.
Yeah, well, and even that was only able to be done thanks to Annie Clark.
Oh, gross.
Or sorry, Annie Frico and
That's Clark.
Katie Tiffin and those people. Like,
Yeah, pushing you.
yeah, and I literally, I'm
You know, I
I'm
never
not
pushed
embarrassed to admit this, but I don't like admitting this because for some reason, I feel some kind of way and I shouldn't. But I spent literally 8 months to a year every morning on the way to work and on the way home watching motivational videos on YouTube.
Fireplace videos in your car.
No, not the fireplace videos. Those are when I'm reading. The motivational videos to like fire myself up, to just like to stop talking about it and to just do it. And with Annie lighting a fire.
Well, I'm glad you did.
And with Katie creating my logo and
Yeah,
doing amazing stuff for me.
yeah.
Like,
It's really cool, man. And I look forward to the next one, like the next group of people. Like, I hope more people get on board. Like, I know some people are hesitant to do it, but
yeah, it's not for everybody.
it's
And
so cool, man.
What you know what I worry about is people giving those people shit, and I don't want that.
No,
to
no,
ever
no.
happen.
That's not what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, I know, but like
Oh.
in general, I don't want somebody
No,
to be like, why haven't you been on the show? I'd be like,
No,
well, don't bother
that's
them
what people
about
were
it.
doing to me.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they presume you're gonna.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want anybody to like.
No, it's just like, literally, like everyone that's done the show so far, that I consider them a family member of mine. Like,
Yeah.
so just so cool to like hear like the adventures they've done, like moving out of state, like
Yeah.
everything they've done, like the businesses they've started, everything is so cool. Like,
Yeah.
I don't mean to get off track on what we're doing, but
Well, that was my goal, is to kind of elevate them and show that these people are
it's really
amazing.
cool, man. Yeah.
And they're like,
And
whether
everyone's
you know them or
so-
not, there's people close to you that are just as amazing. Go talk to them.
Yeah. God. And everybody's got such good stories.
Yeah,
Like-
we've collected a lot of I mean, you and I have a lot of good stories too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why we're sitting here talking about
Our
dead
stories are not
dads.
appropriate for this
Talking
show.
about dead dads and trauma. We should be
Oh, we
like,
could do that.
telling drunken stories.
I
about
got way
having a
more
good time.
trauma than that. Let's go. We're just scratching the
I don't
trauma
want
surface,
to scare
bud.
everybody away.
Oh, dude, I'm the last episode. They got nowhere to go after this.
That's true. This is the final episode of the season, and actually,
Also, my life's not all trauma.
no,
It is.
only slow, well, mostly.
I'm just really good at turning darkness into sunshine.
Yeah, which I
Like-
keep relearning as like I meet new people, and being like, oh, I forgot you don't know, or doing the show
Yeah.
with people I haven't talked to in a long time,
Yeah.
and making the jokes that I make,
Yeah.
and then being like, whoa, and I'm like, oh, right, you don't
Yeah.
know me for real, and if I don't laugh about it, I'm gonna destroy myself, or I'm gonna self-implode. I have to make fun of this.
Oh yeah, I can't sit in a serious situation too long.
No.
Like, what for?
Yeah,
You know?
even though the last episode,
Time's not stopping. Nothing's happening.
I recorded
Like,
with Amy, and I remember making a dumb joke. So I'm like, I can't be serious this long.
Yeah.
This is stupid. We're just making a dumb show. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate that. Like I said, I want to elevate who I can. Hopefully, I've got a list
man.
of at least 65 more potential guests of
Yeah.
people that we know.
I hope they do it, man. Like,
I hope so too. I'd like to. Do
as
at
your
least 2
best
more
friend,
seasons.
I was hesitant to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Because
weird thing.
I also don't feel like anyone gives a shit about what I got going on.
Yeah,
But that's my own personal weird shit.
Well, you know what's interesting about that is that, and you know this because we've talked about it. This is the 26th episode, and you've probably been brought up in 23 episodes.
Yeah, it's weird.
Literally, just the 2 or 3.
Also,
people
I gotta
that you don't
say,
know.
thank you guys. Everybody said something nice except for Courtney DeLeo. She said F Jason Kerry.
Yeah.
And she can kiss my A. So,
Yeah,
other than that, everything's been pretty nice, and I appreciate that. It feels fucking weird to know that many people give a shit about me. And I know it's just because I'm Tim's friend, and you're on his show. But the fact that I was brought up and talked well about is fucking weird, and it's awesome, and I love you.
That's kind of a funny juxtaposition because I feel like I'm only a part of the group because of you.
Well, we're ham and eggs, my man.
Now we're really stuck together.
But yeah, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about before that, but
Either do I, but
I'm proud of you, bud, and I'm proud of everybody that's been on the show, and I root for you. I listen to every episode, and it's so cool, man.
Thanks. I'm uncomfortable hearing positive
Yeah.
things.
That's kind of why I wanted to take the attention off me for a minute because I was getting uncomfortable.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, it's my show, asshole.
It's your asshole show.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So
Where the fuck were we? Oh, my dad died.
Yeah, we're done with that. Like, boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo.
Dead Dad Club.
Grow up. Dead Dad Club. Life keeps going.
Yeah, but that covers a lot of your life. I mean, you've had a bunch of jobs. You've done a bunch of stuff. You've broken both of your legs. What happened with the other leg?
So one day, Drew Seiler and I decided to get drunk around noon,
Yeah,
just for funsies.
sure.
And we decided to involve Jay Giesler for funsies. He had no intention of drinking that day.
Yeah.
And we're like, come on, man, let's get fucked up. So we went to his apartment, we got him fucked up. And then his now wife was my friend at the time. Like, I introduced them. I might have introduced them. Anyway,
Yeah.
I had something to do with the introduction of them. So we were friends, whatever. They were dating at the time. And I said some smart-ass shit about, like, what I'm bang your girlfriend or some stupid shit. And we were all
Hilarious.
drunk,
So
and
funny.
so we started play fighting
Right.
because of that. And he tackled me on, I don't remember if it was outside or inside. It was either on slippery grass or on slippery carpet. But he ended up tearing my ACL and MCL on my other leg.
On your good leg.
On my good leg, yeah. And at that time I was much older,
Yeah.
so my body recovered a lot slower.
Yeah.
And I still went back to skateboarding after that, but it took a lot longer. And then
Did you go to the hospital and have to get surgery on that?
I tried to avoid the I thought kind of like what you're going through right now. Like you
Yeah.
probably got some torn shit in your calf. I tried to pretend I didn't
Yeah.
for like a couple days.
That's why me right now. I'm like, if it's not better by Sunday.
Yeah. And then like I was painting cars at the time.
Yeah.
And so I went to work.
Which is leg heavy because
Leg
you gotta
heavy.
crouch down and like.
Well, that's what happened. I was at work and I was crouching down to paint a bumper. And I was like, something's not right. Like I cannot squat. I can't even sit on my rolly chair and pull myself around.
Damn.
Like, you know, you pull yourself around with your legs while you're on the wheels, whatever. I was like, I can't even do that.
Yeah.
So I went to the hospital and I found out all the shit was torn. And yeah.
Did they repair it or they're just like?
They
good luck?
repaired it. Yeah, I did surgery, another surgery, and
Yeah.
then
Did you have insurance that time?
I did, yeah.
That's good.
And so that, you know, after that, I got back into skate. That one didn't, the recovery, like the surgeries had come a long way. Plus, it was way less of a surgery.
Yeah.
Like this one, my left leg, they put, I think, 6 pins, 2 rods. I have a half plastic kneecap.
Yeah.
I have dead people ligaments on my cadaver ACL and cadaver MCL.
Wow.
And they grafted muscle from my calf to my knee.
Yeah. You also have to have like a 13.
So that was like
scar.
I have like a fucking, it looks like a worm on my leg. I have it's like a 10-inch scar on my left leg. My right leg, it's 2 little incisions. They did it with a camera, and I was in and out in like an hour or 2. My left leg, it was like a 12-hour surgery.
Was that outpatient? The second one? Or did you
No,
just
they
stay
kept
in
me
the
overnight.
hospital Just
Yeah.
for observation?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then, so that recovery was a lot less because it was a lot less invasive.
Yeah.
So I was back to skateboarding maybe 6 months later, maybe.
That's still insane.
Yeah.
Like,
And then I skated, until I got old and fat.
you don't skate now? I feel like you can
I still push around. I'll push around the neighborhood. Like if I
Yeah.
want to go grab food or whatever, I'll skate to the fucking grab food.
Yeah.
I haven't been in skate parks because I can't stand the new generation of skaters. I
Really?
hate them. I hate them.
I don't know them.
I've gone a few times and it's just, I don't know, man. Like they're all about, I don't know what, I don't even know how to explain it. They're not the same.
They're into what they're into. I mean,
Yeah,
just
it's the
like
whole generation.
we
Though.
were,
You know, I'm the 40-year-old at the skate park now,
That's true.
which is no fun.
Yeah.
So I still try. Like it is what it is. Snowboarding though, all about it.
Yeah.
All about it.
So you had mentioned too, like you'd gone with your neighbor's church group. Just
Yeah.
Kind of got your own stuff there.
This is an adorable mug, by the way. Cat-finated. It's got a
Got a
cracked
cat.
out cat on it.
Yeah. But when you that was your first time, like, were you immediately hooked to snowboarding then?
Yes,
Then,
instantly.
like, you started sort of gathering your own gear and stuff.
It helped a lot that my neighbors were professionals.
Yeah.
So
Did they actually like get down in the snow and like teach you too? Like,
Oh, yeah.
This is how you do this.
I didn't have to take any classes, nothing. They fucking
wherever your shoulders go, your legs go.
they
I learned that lesson hard.
they guided me through like nothing. Like it was
Yeah.
so smooth. And they both taught a different way, which was cool because I got to learn
really?
how each rode,
Yeah.
and like it just worked out fucking great. Like I picked up snowboarding like a like a duck to water.
Yeah.
Like I was always decent at skateboarding
Yeah.
for like my generation of skateboarding.
Sure.
It's weird to say I'm good at skateboarding now because the tricks now are fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like it's
I feel like we were the last.
like
bit of the
when
group
I
that
started
was-
skateboarding, it was gaps and 50/50s
Right.
and
Yeah.
like board
Like,
slides.
If you could just spin around, it was like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
So like I got real good at what I knew.
yeah. Yeah.
So like if you whatever, if you tried to call me any kind of skateboarder now, I would get laughed at, which is weird because I was good in my day.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it goes.
So, but snowboarding, like I took to so quick, like,
Yeah.
and I love it so much. I hate that all we have is Wisconsin around here.
Well, here.
Just riding ice hills, it sucks.
Yeah, I've only been once.
It's either mashed potatoes that you're riding on or
Yeah.
ice.
I've only been to Four Lakes
Yeah.
one time, where a pregnant Annie taught me.
She taught you while she was pregnant.
Yeah, the fundamentals.
Did you call the police?
No, because
She could have killed it.
She wasn't allowed to be.
Oh,
It's funny to think that she was pregnant with Draven then, but
Yeah.
she wasn't allowed to.
she
go
could have
onto the
died.
Bigger hills, and she snuck out there anyway at least once.
Annie,
Annie.
you bitch.
She doesn't listen to the show.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't give a shit about nothing either of us are doing.
To be fair, she's doing amazing things on her own, and
Yeah,
has
but
no
we're
time.
important.
Maybe she will. One
Care about me, please.
Well, in a year from now, we'll get a text and be like, "Hey, I just listened to the show."
No. So, yeah, it took me a while, like, to pick up skateboarding. Yeah, like I had them to skate with. That was it.
Yeah.
And they were older than me. They were probably 3 or 4 years older than me at the time.
Do you think that there's a lot?
They were in high school
more
when I was in junior
to
high.
learn though, also as far as like trying to
Skateboarding's way harder. I'll
Right,
say
there-
that off the bat.
a lot. Well, there's a lot. Even just setting up a board,
Yeah.
there's a lot more.
And figuring
to
out
it.
what size works for you and
Yeah.
all that shit.
There's
like-
so many different pieces too, like trucks and actual board and everything. And there's so many different options.
and what you're into. Like
Yeah.
what kind of skating? Transition skating, park skating,
Yeah.
street skating, like
What do you think? What's your favorite kind of skating?
street skating.
Street skating.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
give me some stair sets or a curb or a rail.
I remember when
like,
when you first kind of get into it, you would see like half pipe work and stuff like that.
I
You'd be like,
suck on half pipes.
Well, sure,
transition.
but it looked amazing, right?
Yeah, it's cool as shit.
And then but then when I saw
And all my
street
friends were into
skating-
mini ramps, and I can't do it.
Yeah.
I fucking love it's so cool, and I love it, and it looks awesome. But
Yeah.
you put me on a mini ramp, I'm
Yeah, but when you see a good street skater, you're like, that's
yeah.
incredible.
That was my shit. I grew up.
You could do that anywhere.
Well, I grew up as a 10, 11, 12-year-old, going with a bunch of like 16 to 18-year-olds to Chicago.
Oh wow, really?
And they would take me street skating in Chicago when I was a child.
Would you guys just grab the train?
Yeah, my mom didn't
backpack
care.
and board?
Like my mom, like Mr. Albright, my school teacher,
Yeah.
our history teacher, he was their dad.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, yeah, my kids, they're taking the train. Is it cool if Jay goes with? Like, my kids are responsible, blah, blah, blah. They were church kids, so they're good.
Sure. Yeah.
And they would take me out to Chicago, and I would skate Chicago at like 11, 12 years old. Like, they would take me to stair sets that I seen in videos and stuff, and I'm like, this is crazy.
Have
like,
you seen videos at that point?
oh, yeah.
back then?
They gave me all their old VHSs and
Yeah.
everything. Like, they were cool as shit, man. Like,
That's really
they got, like I said, they got me into punk rock. Like, they gave me like Offspring's like first album, like
I
the
believe they were
self-titled.
church folks, so you probably got some like Goaty Hook.
No. I got all that from Frank, which is crazy because he
Yeah.
went to church with Dan.
Five Iron
Yeah,
Frenzy.
Five Iron.
Yeah.
If that's Frank.
Which I mean, those are good bands also.
Well, he was big into ska too. He played trombone.
Yeah,
Frank was awesome, man.
that is awesome.
You would love Frank.
Was he in the band?
He was in Save the Whale.
That sounds familiar.
He's the bass player.
I haven't heard
Got
that
blood all over
forever.
everything.
Yeah.
Awesome. Frank was awesome. Frank Tome.
Blood all over everything.
Killer skater. He was always tall as shit. So like he could ollie higher and do better tricks than everybody because he was huge. But yeah. So they would take me out and skate in the city, and I just kind of that's where I thrived was street skating. Like skate parks, you had to pay for, and I was broke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And then you had to like go like I think the closest one was like the Pit
Yeah.
in like Hoffman Estates.
I say they built one in
Like, there was
Oswego, like,
nothing-
as we were getting older.
Yeah, there was nothing close when we were
Yeah.
growing up. There was nothing close.
Yeah.
And then like we would go to Warp in Woodstock,
That's
which was
quite a trek.
yeah, it was just
Yeah.
fuck that.
Might as well just go to the city.
You might as well just skate West High, which had stairs, rails, curbs,
Right?
and I lived 13 feet away from it.
Yeah.
I lived right in front of West High my whole life.
What's your opinion about stuff like a lot of places now you go downtown, like in any town, like not just Chicago, but like any downtown space where they put these caps on anything
skate
that
stoppers?
can be skated, like just to stop.
Those
the
come
skate.
off real quick.
Do they literally just?
Yeah.
Can you just crowbar them right
You
off?
take a crowbar and a hammer, pops right off.
Yeah. I
Also,
Don't
a lot
like
of people
that
do
they
tricks
exist.
over them, which is even cooler because it's like a
Yeah.
bigger fuck you.
That's true. Yeah.
So
It's kind of awesome to just
Yeah.
grind ollie right over one.
yeah, so I don't know, man. I haven't street skated like seriously in probably 5 years.
Yeah. 5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. Like you get old, you get busy, you get whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't care what you say. I'm a skateboarder at heart. Like
Yeah.
I'll never not be.
That's one of those things I'm feeling.
I still
with,
watch videos.
I'm
I
feeling
watch
that
all the
way
new
with,
videos.
Being a bass player, where I'm like,
Yeah,
I haven't played
is
seriously
what it
in a
is,
long
man.
time, but
Like-
like I'm always gonna be a bass player.
exactly. Like I said, like I watch all the new videos. I follow all the accounts. I follow all the new skaters.
Yeah.
Like it's a passion. It's in there.
Yeah.
It's ingrained.
What do you
I've been doing it for 30 plus years.
yeah,
so.
but I feel like you're also somebody that supports like the scene in general. Like what the kids are doing now is incredible.
it's ridiculous.
and while they might be into different things, like you mentioned, I don't want to go to the skate park, but what these kids are doing is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it's insane. Like
Yeah.
like a beginner trick now is like a nollie kickflip crook grind. Like what? Like that's a beginner trick?
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's like if you
it's
watch
just
something like
wild,
Lords
dude.
of Dogtown where you just see the beginning of skating.
Oh yeah. It's
And
fun.
then somebody like Rodney Mullins comes along and ruins everything.
yeah, I used to watch those OG videos when I was skating,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
not too weird.
And now it's like they just start at this whole other level.
Yeah, it's a different plane we're working on here.
I think it's awesome. It's crazy to think about what it'll look like in 20
Yeah.
years.
So yeah, so my neighbors are pretty much the reason I'm a degenerate.
Yeah. It sounds like actually it's the reason that you're a normal person.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
would have
that-
been the closest family, aside because your mom working
I mean,
nights and stuff.
we only really hung out if I was out in my front yard,
Yeah.
ollie
I
and
mean, it sounds like
sidewalk
they took
cracks.
you a lot of places,
yeah, that's true.
you know, and they hooked you up
That's
at
true.
least.
Yeah, but like we didn't hang out because they were older.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they would build a hockey
Rink?
rink.
Yeah.
There you go. In their yard every year. That was
Really?
like full size. Like they would
Why
every
do
year.
they even have that?
I don't know, man.
I guess you could just build a frame
They use
and put
plastic
water in
and
it.
plastic and wood
Yeah.
and a couple nets.
I forget people can do things.
And like they would let me fuck around on there.
Yeah.
But I never took to that. Like
You know, like ice skating.
nah, I tried. I was decent at it,
Yeah.
but I never took. Like I just couldn't get into hockey. I was more of a football dude. I don't like being cold. I don't like being wet.
Yeah. I mean, you can play football in the rain, but this gets a little cold at the end of the season also.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So and then like I said, like they got me into punk rock, which got me into the bands I love and the bands I
Yeah.
joined and all that.
Yeah, because after Tag Along too, you were in False Intent,
Yep.
and that was actually pretty short lived, realistically.
I switched to bass then.
I remember.
So I played guitar up until then.
I believe I gave you a bass to use
Was it yours?
for a while. Yeah.
I thought it was Halflee's. No, is it Halflee's amp, your
Yeah,
bass?
which I still have that in.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Well, it's
Emily's
in
got
Colorado. She's holding it for me.
Emily owns it.
She
You're
does
never
not own
going.
it.
You're never going back to get
Emily,
it.
God damn it, that is
That is technically my amp.
it's technically mine.
Technically, Cheech gave it to us,
Yep.
or gave it to Heffley. Heffley gave it to me,
Yeah.
and somehow you got it.
So what had happened was
Walsh played it for a while.
Walsh abandoned it,
Uh-huh.
and I worked at Guitar Center and took it. And
So
said,
it's
"You're gonna
technically
throw it away."
mine.
He said, "Yeah, it's garbage."
Because
It's
the last
broken."
owner was Nick Heffley.
I took it and got it fixed, and thereby assumed ownership. The good news is it's still in the family.
Good news is you owe me about $1,000 for a badass amp.
No.
But no, yeah, False Intent was short-lived, but it was fun as shit. Got to
Yeah.
play Warped Tour.
It was like really catchy.
It was like a wild ride. It was like a quick, wild ride.
Yeah.
Like,
Whirlwind.
I met Dan through my friend Elena.
Which is also, side note, the episode I did with my friend Christian is the same Dan.
Yeah,
Him and I jammed.
that
it
was
years
weird to
later.
hear.
So weird.
I had no idea. You didn't say that when we went to Rockin' Taco. You didn't say he knows Dan Prazel.
That's true.
I felt like an ass.
It never crosses my mind, like, those connections.
Yeah.
Because they're outside of, like, our normal existence.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it was wild when I showed up at his house and Dan was there.
Yeah. So I wasn't working at Domino's anymore. Like, that was my first job. But I stayed friends with all, like, the managers and the owners.
Yeah.
Like, they were really cool. And one day, I went to visit my buddy Anthony, who was still working there at the time. He skated with us all the time. And I met this girl, Elena, and she's like, she knew that I used to be in a band with Anthony, and she's like, hey, like, it's like my neighbor is in a band. Do you want to go check him out? Like, because I at the time, Tagalong had broken up. A lot of dumb girl college bullshit
Yeah, that's
happened. Yeah,
junior high stuff.
but Tagalong, for anybody who doesn't know, was like my high school band.
Yeah.
All throughout
Also,
high school.
all the names, everybody knows all those names. You,
Yeah, Andy
Walsh,
Halder,
Andy,
Marty Reba,
Marty.
Yunker was in there for a little bit. Played bass.
He was still doing second class citizen.
Nope. That was short lived.
Yeah, I remember going and auditioning with him and Nate
Yeah,
to be in second class citizens.
they were fun as shit.
Oh, bro.
Andy Moda.
Yeah.
Like Andy Moda is my friend. Andy Moda. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am Lord. Yeah.
I think we even played one of their songs at one of the AP shows.
Yeah.
Where he would play and be like, his shirt said Bob.
His shirt said Bob. God,
Love that guy.
I love all of those guys.
Oh yeah, all those guys for sure.
But so yeah, tag along. We had a hell of a run through high school that was fun as shit. Unfortunately, stupid hormones and bullshit got in the way,
Yeah.
and we ended. So I was in limbo for a while because more than skateboarding, like music was my passion.
yeah,
Like that, I've like since like again the Albrights, my neighbors, they got me into punk rock early, like 10 years old. Like I had like Liberal Animation by NoFX on tape,
wow.
and like
It's not even fun
like
to
the
listen
first
to.
Offspring and like
It's liberal animation.
Dead
is so bad.
Kennedys, old Misfits like from the 70s.
Yeah.
Like I had all that on tape. They gave me all they would just dub tapes and give them to me.
Yeah.
So I had all that and like Green Jelly, like shit like that.
Three Little Pigs.
Yeah.
Come on.
So like I had all that. Like that was like when that came on Beavis and Butthead, I'm like, oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I know that.
You'd already seen
It was
all.
weird,
Yeah.
right?
That is crazy.
Yeah. So like they gave me all that shit. Like they introduced me super early. So I was like, I've been listening to punk rock for at this point, what am I, 41? 31 years. I've been into punk rock. Like hard.
That's
hard into it.
Yeah.
Like they literally. So anyway. So what the fuck was I saying? Oh, so Tag Along was like our band through high school, and we played, fuck, I don't know how many battles of bands and just all ages shows, anything we can get into. We played probably 100 shows through high school. And we pull up in people's driveways and play driveway sets, or play people's backyard parties and like Connor Stock. Connor Stock, dude, that was fun as shit.
I feel like that came up on some episode. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but it was fun as shit, dude.
It was in the back of Fox Chase.
Yeah.
That's where I live.
So fun. No, there's another one.
Was there another one?
Yeah, there was one. He lived across the street from Rush Copley Hospital, that neighborhood across the street.
Yeah.
He had one there, too.
Oh,
it might have been Connor Stock 2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we played in his garage. And, like, we played, like, Davey Hanai's going to jail party. And, like, because he got arrested for some dumb shit.
Yeah.
So he was, like, having a going away party. Like, we played that. And, like, so much fucking fun, man. Like, but, yeah, so there was a lull in between there. Like, our band broke up, and I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
So I met with Elena. I met Elena. I didn't meet with Elena. This is the first time I met her. She's like, she's like, my neighbor plays in a punk band. You want to go check him out? And I was like, yeah. Like, Anthony says you're cool. You're cool. She was cute as shit. So I was like, I'm in.
Right.
So I went with her, and her neighbor ended up being JJ.
Wow.
Yeah. Coolest shit ever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we went to this
Hail
basement
JJ.
randomly, and my buddy Nick from Domino's when I was 14, 15 ended up being the drummer for the band I was going to see. I was like, holy shit, no way, dude.
That's
like,
just-
this is awesome.
That's crazy.
And then this dude, Sean, that I worked with at Domino's, too, was the bass player. And I was like, no fucking way. Like, this is crazy. The world is a weird place.
Yeah.
So I met up with them. Unfortunately, it turned out they were looking to replace Nick and Sean, which sucks in
Yeah.
the grand scheme of things. But they were fucking writing some cool punk rock shit, and I had nothing to do. And they didn't need a guitar player because Dan played guitar. But they were like, do you want to play? Like, I met Dan and JJ, and they were like, they listened to my old band, and they saw like recordings of us and shit like on MySpace. And they were like, do you want to try out? Like, you want to play bass, maybe? And like, do you know any drummers? And I was like, well, my drummer ain't doing shit right now either.
Yeah.
Because we just broke up. So I went to a few of their practices. I learned a couple of their songs. And then I hit up Andy after I had gotten comfortable with the guys. I met him. And like, Dan owned a skate shop at the time, so we connected on that.
Yeah.
And like, I was just hanging out with Dan more and more, like, and JJ. I was like meeting them. I'm like, all right. Before I even was in the band. And then I was like, man, like, I know Sean and I know Nick. I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to kick them out of the band. And they were like, well, they're out either way. Like, they're like, and no knock to Sean or Nick. They're both amazing fucking musicians. Like, great fucking musicians. Nick shreds the drums. He was our first drummer for Squeegee Thieves, I think. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
That is a long time ago.
Yeah.
What was the? Was there a rationale or for getting rid of them?
They were Sean and Nick were more like skate punk style,
Yeah.
and the style Dan was going for with this band was more like I don't even know what to call it, but like melodic
Yeah.
punk.
I say Dan's writing
Pop?
is really
Pop melodic?
and like really catchy.
Yeah.
Like
we played more thrash shit, like
Yeah.
in Squeegee Thieves. It was like skate punk, like
Right.
like shit you put on a skate park and you just skate to.
yeah.
So with Dan, it was more like melodic, like Goldfinger-ish, like
Yeah.
that Less Than Jake without the horns, like
Right.
melodic shit.
Yeah.
He wanted like vocal harmonies and everything,
Yeah.
and they just didn't fit it, and that sucks because they could have fit it if he would have just communicated what he wanted
It's as simple as opening
in the
your
grand
mouth.
scheme of things. But anyway, so yeah, I jammed with them a few times, and I connected with JJ right away. I fucking love JJ.
JJ is great.
And
He's an
Dan and
absurd
I,
little man, but I love him.
Dan and I became attached with the asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I started doing everything with Dan. Hanging out at his skate shop. When I would get off work, I would go work at the skate shop for free. like, and just sell boards and like,
Yeah.
because I was so hyped on skateboarding.
Right.
Like, that was my life at the
Fun
time.
to talk about.
And holy shit, my new guitar player / singer owns a skate shop. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, like this is perfect life for me.
That was that one downtown
Batavia,
wasn't it?
yeah.
It's like, is it still a Thai food restaurant?
I think it is the Thai food restaurant now. But yeah, so like we connected, and I I love JJ, I love Dan, and I was like, all right, Andy's got dog shit going on, but
Yeah.
he wants to play music. Like, so I hit up Andy. He came over and auditioned
unquote, yeah.
slash got the job right away because he's amazing,
He is ridiculous.
and just skyrocketed from there. We started banging out songs, banging out recordings.
Yeah.
Submitted to.
You guys only ever released a 2-song thing, though.
Is that true?
That is true.
I don't even know.
There's probably more recordings.
I
that
think there's more
exist,
recordings.
But all that was ever released
yeah.
was a 2-song demo.
Like official, yeah.
Officially, yeah.
But yeah,
In fact, the one I had, the disc I had was still The Program before it
really
became
the
2010.
program. Way better name, by the way. The program.
Really? You think so?
Sidebar, not to throw Dan under the bus,
Sure.
but the program is because Dan was a recovering heroin addict
Yeah.
/ every drug addict.
Sure.
He did all the drugs, and he was in the
submitted.
program at
Yeah,
the time.
That makes sense.
And we back in the day, you would do like Google's I don't even know if it was Google, Yahoo searches for band names,
Yeah.
and there was no bands at the
There
time
was
called
actually-
the program.
So I remember back in the day.
Was there one?
No, there was a thing
Oh.
called Ultimate Band List.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and you had to like. That's how you registered your
Yeah.
name to make sure nobody else had it.
Yeah, we did that, and there was none called the program,
Yeah.
and Dan was in the program. Funnily enough, anyone who gives a shit, his sponsor was John Feldman from Goldfinger,
Yeah, which is insane.
which is fucking insane, especially when you're a fucking 22-year-old dude who's like,
Yeah.
oh,
On the other side of the country.
yeah, you're like, oh, I love punk rock, and
Yeah.
you're one of my heroes. Like, that's cool as shit.
Yeah.
Turns out that was Andy's favorite guy in punk rock too.
Yeah.
So anyway, Andy quickly joined the band. We were all crazy connecting. Like, it was. I've never played with anybody but Dan Walsh and Andy in my life.
Right.
So to have like another band was foreign to me.
Yeah.
Like so like it was a big rush of like all kinds of things, like regret. Like, I didn't want Dan Walsh to not be there.
Sure.
And all this other stuff. I didn't want Marty to not be there. I love Marty. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so it was just like this whole new thing, and we were all dealing with. And then, but it took off. Weirdly, it took off.
Yeah.
We weren't good. Like, you know?
I don't know. The songs
Like-
they're catchy and they're fun. I still listen to.
We were good in a commercial sense,
Yeah, that's true.
but we weren't good in what I loved.
Fair enough. It depends on what you're looking for, right? Here's something that can allow you to do something
Yeah.
later.
Like, if you wanted to put us on the radio, you could.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys played Warped Tour.
Yeah, we submitted. Yeah, funny story about that. In Tagalong, I prank called Andy one day and told him that we won the Battle of the Bands Play Warped Tour. It was me and Luis Torres. We called Andy one day and we were like, "Hey man, you submitted and you won. Like, you guys get to play Warped Tour."
That's awesome.
Totally, we lied. It was
Yeah.
a total prank call. So when we actually submitted to Warped Tour and we won the fucking Battle of the Bands, we beat out like 600 something bands.
Yeah.
Like, we were like top 4, I think, out of 600 something bands.
That's
So we called Andy to tell him, and he's like, "Fuck you." He's like, "You're full of shit, dude." He's like, "You guys did this to me before."
yeah.
But I was like, "No, dude, like, legit. Like, we submitted our shit. Like, I sent him the links and like." But yeah, so we got to open Warped Tour. Was it 03?
Was it?
I think it was 03, 2003. We were the first band.
That can't be true, can it?
Yeah,
20 years ago, eh?
yeah.
Jeez.
So like, and it was right next to the ticketing booth, so everybody that came in had to
Everybody,
hear
yeah,
us play,
walked
whether they
right by.
wanted to or not.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and dude. So like, we skyrocketed real quick,
Yeah.
and then just, I don't know if it was egos or what, but it quickly started to fall apart just as quickly as it happened.
Really?
Yeah, like Dan was in the program, recovery, and Andy, not to throw you under the bus, but you sold weed, you loser. So Andy was, selling recreational marijuana,
Sure.
and apparently John Feldman from Goldfinger
Yeah.
caught wind of that and was like, Dan, you need to drop your drummer. He's not good for your recovery. Like, he's doing naughty things, and you don't need to be around it.
Yeah.
So, and, I'm sure there was other tensions that I don't know about.
Sure.
But, like,
I'm
that...
also sure that's probably a valid thing for somebody in recovery.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But
And he was doing great at the time. He was
Yeah.
he was clean, and, like, he was committed to
Yeah.
just music. And I'm sure it probably was a distraction. I don't know how it works.
Me neither.
I'm not knocking anybody's anything.
Right, can't pretend.
But so Andy's hero in Goldfinger was pretty much like, fuck Andy, get him out of the band, which is just fucking music to my ears.
Yeah, it's
Like, it's so
funny.
now, like, it's so funny.
yeah,
At the time, it was like, what?
yeah.
So Dan called me one day, Dan Prazel, and he was like, hey man, he's like, I gotta get Andy out of the band. Are you yawning during an interview? Should I go home?
No, it's just like
No, that's cool. I'll go home, man.
No, stay.
Is my life
Boring,
that?
yes. But please.
Everybody's probably checked out. This is way too long.
They changed the channel by now. Like, no, I want to.
Anyway, long story short, Andy gets booted from the band. I can't stand it, so I quit too.
Were you actually in the band still when he was gone?
Yeah. Like
They
a
brought
week.
in some other.
No. I might have quit the same day.
Just, I can't imagine you staying.
No. A JJ stayed for like a week.
Yeah. Until you were like, you should.
And,
just
yeah,
come
we
with
were
us.
like, dude, let's do something
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Let's get Dan Walsh back.
Oh.
Let's
That's
do
what you
that.
Yeah.
Best decision ever. So then we started. What was our band called? Short of All.
Short of all.
And yeah.
But you don't like that name either.
Uh,
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
the
I
thing.
wouldn't have chose that name. I like the Grimace Cage. I think that was the best. Or a
Yeah.
Billion Chinese.
Billion Chinese feels racist.
It doesn't feel racist
It
because there's
does.
literally a billion of them.
You even just you saying them. Like, just
Them
when it comes out
is
of your
a-
mouth. It sounds racist.
Because I'm white.
It's, I don't know.
It is what it is.
You've got a very you people
there was-
vibe.
We had like 2 notebooks full of awesome band names, and we landed on Short of All, which just
Yeah.
bothers me.
I think Short of All is a great name. I also think False Intent is a great name.
Short of All is a good name if you think of it like that, but explaining it to everyone every time they're like, "What's that mean? What's Short of All? Short of balls? Short walls? What? What do you say?" Like,
Yeah.
oh my god. It is what it is.
Listen, my only gripe is that
Your
wish-
band name was absolutely perfect, and you don't mention that on other podcasts because that's also a horrible band name.
I love that band name. But
It's
yeah,
not good.
I don't disagree with you, but I love it. If I had to do it again, I would probably change it. But I stand by it.
Yeah. My biggest thing was that was my only gripe in the band was the band name.
My only gripe is that the Creepy EP wasn't called the Creepy Peepee.
I wanted to call it the Creepy Eepy Eepy. And I wanted our little mascot guy to be like a creepy eepy.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like, I don't know.
But you do the artwork for that too, right?
I did the artwork, yeah. Dan Walsh wrote all the songs.
Dan Walsh is
He's amazing.
makes
He-
me laugh. Like looking back at the episode
Musically?
we didn't talk about music at all
Yeah.
on the show we did together.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird. Well, at the same time, like I already mentioned here too, I want to do a roundtable of the whole
Yeah.
band. But at the same time, how do you not touch on it? Like
Yeah.
Dan's an incredibly classically trained musician
Yeah.
that writes unbelievable songs.
I would say him, Yunker, Matt Vitullo, and Schmidt are probably the best musicians in Oswego. Like, as far as
yes.
songwriting.
Yeah,
Maybe not musical or whatever, like full spectrum.
they're really good.
But like
Yeah.
songwriting, like, goddamn.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Because we didn't include anybody from, like, the Knuckles are our favorite.
Oh, shit.
They're
Yep.
better than all of us.
Well, let's just say Matt Cope
Yeah.
trumps everybody.
Yeah.
Matt Cope and Adam
That one,
Berkland.
The other one.
Fucking goddamn.
Yeah, they're incredible also.
They're on a different plane. That's probably why I didn't even think about
That's
it.
probably yeah. It's like when you don't say Jimi Hendrix. He's on a different level as
I don't
opposed to
like
everybody
Jimi
else.
Hendrix.
You say what?
What? I don't like Jimi Hendrix.
You're so stupid. It's probably because it goes back to what we were just saying about the racism.
No, you're racist.
That's impossible.
Look at your beard. It's half white because
What?
you can't stand it being another color.
What?
I don't know.
I'm 40.
I can kick. So yeah. So then.
Also, I can kick.
So anyway.
I can't land.
So yeah, we split ways with Dan, and we stole JJ
Yeah.
and started Short of All. And
Was Dan on board it right away?
yes, instantly.
Yeah.
Dan was so stoked to be
I know
back.
whatever had been going on was over at that point.
I think it might have still been going on, but like the drama was over.
Yeah.
Like we that was early college days. I think he had graduated by this point, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I feel
Don't
like
quote
that's
me.
true.
I don't know.
I remember.
Like I said earlier, I fucking suck with dates.
Yeah.
My whole life has just been a fun,
He's been
fun ride.
well. He disappeared for a while, like some of us do.
Yeah.
Who are in relationships, but a few times we went out because he went to what's it called in Naperville,
North Central.
North Central.
Yeah.
We've been to his dorm a few times.
Oh, yeah.
We walked home from his dorm
Yes, we did.
because we're stupid.
Yeah.
But as long as we have legs, we're not stuck in.
We tried to walk home from DeKalb.
That's true.
Because we're
from
also
Randy's place,
stupid.
That night that we mentioned up at Randy's, where my pants were kicked
Oh, where I
off.
kicked your pants off. That was me. That was not Yunker.
Yes. It's,
To clear that up, anyone who gave a shit that was
Yeah.
keeping tabs on Tim's pants.
Anybody who's building the spider web of time, like this is.
Yunker could never kick pants off Tim if he tried in a million years.
I feel like he would take that job.
I know Tim's body way too well.
That's uncomfortably true.
So yeah, and then short of all, we just hit it hard. Like we started
Yeah.
writing, and submitted at the time to this no-name bullshit gutter punk contest called Riot Fest.
Oh, I forgot you played Riot Fest.
Yeah, at the time it was dog shit. It was nothing.
Yeah.
There was literally like us and like 6 other Chicago bands that were like
Yeah.
trying to get this bitch off the ground. And like their whole pitch was the anti-Warp Tour. We don't want to be them. Like
Right.
we want a festival for real punks, like for real DIY hardcore fucking bands to come and like
Yeah.
have a place to shine.
What do you think about the idea that that made sense then? Because Warped Tour had evolved into something.
It was very corporate at the time.
lost sight of what it was. But then Riot
Like
Fest
we
did the
we actually
same
got
thing.
in the last good year of Warp Tour. 03 was like the last good Warp
Well,
Tour.
we
year.
all went. 04 was still good.
It was good, but it wasn't Warp Tour.
It was different.
I've been going
you're
to
right.
Warp Tour since 96, 97.
Yeah. But also, Riot Fest went the exact same way.
Now, yeah.
That's what I mean. Like
I hate Riot
It
Fest.
started as something for real, and then
Yeah.
was like, we don't want to do what they did, and then we did
Yeah.
exactly
so,
what they did.
so in the initial meetings, it was literally we would go to Congress Theater or a basement. Like we would go to a basement punk show
Yeah.
in Chicago, and they would have a meeting after the punk show
Yeah.
in Chicago. And it was like literally a shit, like sewer water dripping basement.
Yeah.
And it would be like us and like 30 other dudes.
Yeah.
And then we would have like a Riot Fest meeting afterwards to discuss ticket sales, setup, like everything that was going to go on, like the grassroots of Riot Fest.
Yeah.
And we would, like the big, like we got to play at Congress. So then we started going to meetings at Congress to like discuss like what happens here, this and that, and this and like we don't want to be Riot Fest, blah 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 blah, or Warp Tour. And so we had to submit again, like before all this happened, we had to submit songs to win a Battle of the Bands, and we did, and we got on with like Rule 22. I think She Likes Todd, Vacation Bible School,
Dude,
and like a
Roof
few other.
22, She Likes Todd are so good.
Dude, Vacation Bible School. Do you know them?
I've not listened to them.
So fucking good.
But those are local bands that were incredible.
Yeah. So they were choosing like I want to say 10 local bands to showcase, and then the touring, like the national touring acts,
Right, yeah.
to like headline. So we submitted, and turns out we won again. Like, we beat out hundreds of bands again.
Yeah.
With, like, I think we only had 3 or 4 songs,
Yeah.
like, solid at the time. But whatever we had, we got a spot on Riot Fest, the very first Riot Fest.
Yeah.
And turns out we were the first band to play the first Riot Fest ever. And we got to play with fucking Dead Kennedys, Misfits, Suicide Machines, like my heroes, like
Yeah.
the bands I've been looking up to since I was 10 years old. Like,
Yeah.
so that's that. And then,
Do you get to hang out with any of the bands backstage?
oh
Like,
yeah,
you
all
know,
of them. Yeah, there was no,
pretend like you belong there.
yeah, no, there was no walls. Like,
Yeah.
all their craft services were our craft services. Like, all their free beer cases were our free beer cases.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was what they said it was.
Right. At
It
that
was
time.
Riot Fest. It
Yeah.
was a fuck you to the corporate world. There was no
Right.
sponsors. Like, it was straight up like a couple dudes from Chicago underground just sponsoring badass bands to come play.
Yeah.
And it was the shit. And it stayed like that for a few years, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But then it just turned into Warp Tour Part 2.
Yeah. Well, things get expensive, and not for nothing, Riot Fest kind of chokes out shows here in the Midwest happening. Well,
That's my biggest issue now.
That's what sucks now.
They have
is-
contracts where bands can't play within certain months because they're going to be on Riot Fest, so they can't come to Chicago.
So all of our favorite bands, you have to go like two.
Oh, it's fucking
at least 2
horrible.
states
It's
away
so
to see.
fucking corporate dog shit.
Yeah.
And it bothers. I don't even know if the same guys who started Riot Fest own it anymore. I imagine they don't. I'm sure they got bought out.
Yeah.
But just being at those first meetings and hearing like the vision they had
Yeah.
as a young fucking fuck you punk, like
Yeah.
it was so perfect. And then it just became everything we fucking were rioting against. That's why it was called Riot Fest.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, I didn't sell out. I bought in.
You're right. Fuck you, man.
Fuck you, dear.
But yeah, and then Short of All went on for years. I don't even know how long we were together. I couldn't
do.
tell you.
I think your first little.
All I know is
recording
those
came out
dudes.
in
my best-
2006.
That's our first recordings.
That's your first little demos. Maybe even 05.
Yeah.
Because our first album came out in 05.
There's also iterations of Short. I used to play guitar in Short of All, and
That's
then I
true.
quit.
Yeah.
And we picked up Matt DiBartolo,
Yep.
probably the best guitar player in the world.
It's probably. Yeah.
And
rounded
then
out
I
the
switched to
band
just
nicely.
vocals.
Yeah. You like
Which-
that better?
Oh yeah. I can't say. I'm not a good guitar player.
We know.
I can play punk rock for sure.
Sure, yeah.
That's fucking power
Do you
chords.
like playing guitar at least over bass from False Intent?
Oh yeah, fuck bass.
Hey,
I
yeah.
did that just to be in a band,
Sure.
and it was cool to learn. Like I learned a lot by playing bass
Yeah.
because I'd never done it before. But it's just, I'd rather sing. Like
Yeah.
I've been singing my whole life. I was in show choir.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you classically trained to sing, or is it something
Not
you just
classically trained, just
kinda, like, you at least took
jackassedly trained.
choir, like,
Yeah,
but you
I
don't-
took choir, show choir.
I've seen you sing. You don't do any kind of vocal warm ups.
No.
All of you guys are mostly alcoholics before a show.
Well, yeah, that's the warm up. You gotta get a couple
Get a couple of alcohols in.
couple
and you're nice and
alcohols in
warm.
your belly, and then you can sing like a weenie. But no, I was not classically trained, but I took show choir and regular choir all through junior high, and then this is gonna sound stupid, but like I tried my hardest to mimic my favorite bands, like when I
Yeah.
would sing alone in my car.
I feel like that's how you start, right?
Yeah, like Les and Jake.
Yeah.
If like singing like Roger was like
Right.
all I
He's
wanted
got a very
to do.
unique voice.
Like I would try and he can hit so many crazy notes.
Yeah.
So I would try to hit those notes, and like I would cup my ear to my mouth, and I would like sit in my car like loud as fuck, like radio blasting, and just try and mimic like all my favorite bands, like MXPX. Like I mimic Mike Herrera a lot. Like I wanted to be Mike Herrera.
Yeah. He's
Like
incredible.
Yeah, like he's the reason I wanted to sing at all.
Really?
Like, yeah. Like Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo. Like my buddy Frank gave me that album.
I said that earlier today.
Really weird.
It is weird. It's such a weird.
Yeah,
phrase
my
to
buddy
say.
Frank gave me that album, and I was like, I like these vocals are the shit.
Yeah, that
Like
was
I
the
want to
first
sing
time
like this
XPX I heard.
because it was like the first like I've been listening to Offspring, who's got a crazy voice.
Yeah. It's actually-
No Effects got a super particular voice. Like
Yeah.
all these people had like a distinct voice, but Mike sounded like I sounded, like when I sang, and I was like, oh shit, like I could do this, like.
Yeah.
And then my buddy, oh jeez, I feel like an ass. Oh, my buddy John from Aunt Martha, another punk band from Aurora.
No.
He sang like I wanted to sing, so I would like listen to their recordings and try to sing like John. And I was just like that's like I just kind of honed it on my own. Like I had choir and all that shit that taught me scales and everything, all that dumb
Did
shit.
that ever come into like at any time singing in like short of all?
Let's not get it twisted. I fucking still suck at singing. By the
Yeah,
way.
no, I know, but this is about you, so I'm trying to. Keep
This
it
is
on
going
the up
really
and up.
long.
But has any of that training, like you said, scales, and I'm sure you learned breathing techniques and stuff like that.
No.
Did you ever use any of that though? Like realistically,
I don't know.
that sounds like a no.
It
Maybe
all,
subconsciously.
no matter how much you fucking practice and train and everything,
Sure.
when you hit the stage, it's
A lot of
touch and
it's
go.
out the door,
It's
yeah.
touch and go. Like
Yeah. We were just staying. On
we would
time is
practice
hard.
for weeks and hit the
Yeah.
stage and shit the bed.
Well, 'cause you
Like
guys drink
like
too much.
you would nail it 3 hours before at the
Yeah.
last practice.
It literally became.
You'd load up the fan and then shit the bed as soon as you hit the stage.
Yeah, but
Like,
because at some point it became just known that you guys were going to get too drunk before you played.
no, it wasn't even that. Like yes,
And
we're known for that.
The only one that could play
I'll give you that.
would be
We drank a lot.
yeah.
There was points in the show where Andy would get up mid-set as our drummer. He would get up mid-set and go take a piss.
Yeah.
Like, so
He
yeah,
would
we did
forget
drink
the
a lot.
vocals. Thank goodness Matt Cope was there.
Oh my god,
Just
life. Dan Leisure too.
Yeah, Dan Lee's.
God damn.
Yeah, but it was so fun to stand in the audience and sing all the songs though because
Yeah.
you weren't gonna.
If there's nothing we did right, we did put on a good show.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if we played the music all wrong, if
Yeah.
they, you know,
It always made me laugh because I came from the band that was the exact opposite.
yeah.
was
Which
like-
it's weird that we were like best friends.
Yeah, well, it works for me because
Also, all Schmed's bands.
yeah,
Like Schmed's a perfectionist.
yeah,
Like
that's why he's so good.
that's why he's so fucking good. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's incredible.
I think he likes us because we're not,
yeah,
and we like him because he is.
yeah.
We're
that's,
like,
I
God
think, the
damn, you're
beauty
so
of it.
fucking good.
I wish we could have played
Also,
more
he's
shows
just a
with
solid
Schmed.
fucking dude. Like
Oh, yeah.
that plays into all. We're all friends,
For sure, yeah.
but God damn, like
it kind of bums me out to the thing that because I mean you guys have been around forever in other bands, but like Short of All and AP were kind of coming up at the same time.
yeah. We also
And-
kind of ended at the same time. That sucks.
That's true. Your guys' last show was with us.
Yeah.
And we only played one more show after that nobody cared about.
Yeah. You were you were on my Blaze of Glory with me on the last show we played.
Yeah, I got in trouble for that with my band.
Yeah.
That was kind of
I took it.
the come to Jesus moment for them too.
That's probably I took that worse than my dad dying. like to bring it back, like
Yeah.
I found out that was our last show. They didn't tell me till the night of the show that was our last show,
Yeah.
and you were with us.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was supposed to go home with
Fuck me.
I was supposed to go home with Jay, Randy, and
We drank-
Guy.
We drank 2/5 of vodkas in an alley with a homeless man who rapped.
That's true. Diamond. We slept on a roof that night.
We slept on a roof that night. I'm pretty sure you wore a woman's.
That was
hoodie.
Katie's.
You wore Katie's
That was
hoodie.
Katie Tiffin's hoodie. I found in the
You
couch.
stuffed all that
Yep.
in
I
a
stuffed
woman's
all
hoodie.
of me into a tiny white hoodie and slept on a roof.
Yeah. Yeah. I regret it. I regret going out the way we went out.
Really?
Yeah, a lot. Like, I don't have a lot of regrets in life. I feel like a lot of things I've done are justified or
Sure.
whatever. But knowing that was our last show and acting the way I did, I regret it.
Like a baby?
I acted 100% like a baby.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand, that was like me finding out my family's breaking apart again.
Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's kind of sprung on you.
It's not like everybody else who's like, yeah, maybe something else will come around. Like I was
Yeah.
like, this is the end of my life.
That's kind of one of those things too. Is like
I act like a bitch, and I sorry, Andy, JJ, and Dan. I love you.
Jay
And Deeps,
yeah.
you don't listen.
Jay, Randy, and Guy were upset that I didn't go back home and unload gear with them.
I know.
But they didn't understand the situation either.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna explain it in a way that
I
they
would
were
probably
gonna
say
get it.
I don't have many regrets.
Yeah.
I maybe have 5 regrets in my life.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
I really feel bad for the way I left Short of All.
Yeah.
I didn't do a good show either because I was hammered.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm an asshole.
It
But
happens.
you got to understand, I was losing my family that night.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's why I stayed with you.
Yeah.
Because then
You got it.
When I got back to my band, they're like, "Look, Dick, like
Look, Dick.
you gotta fucking get it together."
Yeah.
And it's over anyways.
Also,
We're
that
gonna do
was
one more
fuck.
show.
What? How long ago was that?
13 years.
Fuck me in the ass.
Yeah. In
13 fucking
in
years.
September, it was 13 years.
Well, I'm still not over it.
Yeah. Well,
It's my baby. Like Short of All is my baby. That was my life. I turned down jobs. I turned down opportunities to move across the country and all that
me too.
for that band.
And
Not in a negative way.
was
I
just
love
through
that
our
band.
20s,
This is my
like,
favorite
it was-
people in the
yeah, it was
world.
the
Like
focus.
you know,
Does it bother you? Like, it bothers me still to think that like I didn't do any music through my 30s.
nothing.
It's crazy.
Not a fucking thing.
It's crazy. To
I've
think
bought
about.
12 guitars.
Yeah, and
since
you keep
then.
buying them. I'm like, what are you doing?
They're just sitting in my room.
collecting stuff.
Just-
You play them, but at least.
No,
I
but
keep trying to get you to buy me an acoustic.
I just
bass.
keep hoping Andy wants to be not a dad for once.
No, he's got a good family.
No, he just needs to not be a dad and be a drummer.
He can be both.
No.
It's a matter of what he wants to make time for. And he's got an awesome family. Like, who
Andy.
would want to be with their family?
Andy,
You
quit.
and I are the only ones who don't want to be
Andy,
with their family.
quit your dad job.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's one of my few regrets. Is I left in an unsexy fashion. I left like an asshole.
Yeah. What have you done, like, to kind of fill that void, like we just talked about, for the last 13 years? Do you feel like nothing's really taken its place?
Man, the last 13 years have just been. I don't even know.
I mean, we tried a lot of stuff. Like, you bought those 2 motorcycles that
Oh yeah,
We
I
did
mean, I
that.
still have my
Those
hobbies.
were
I still have
garbage.
drifting and
we made awesome scooters.
riding motorcycles and all that
You
shit.
got a
I still have
motorcycle now.
hobbies, but like,
Yeah, yeah. You have way
I don't
too
know,
many
man. Like,
cars.
I feel like the last since the band quit, like it's just been like. I don't mean to sound like a pussy or whatever, but like trying to find something to take that place,
Yeah.
and then nothing will. Like, those are my brothers. I spent years in the trenches with those dudes. Fucking, like I said, like I joined tag along in high school, and that's the same dudes
Yeah.
that I ended my
It's
music
insane
career
to think
with.
about how long you guys.
Years, dude.
Yeah.
Like we went through 3 bands together.
You're almost talking
Like-
30 years,
Yeah.
realistically.
And like I've been offered to sing in other bands. I've done tryouts for other bands and gotten the part and turned it down.
Yeah.
Like and just I don't want to play with anybody but those guys.
It's because I'm in the same boat of having been with my close friends, and you've even come with me on auditions.
Yeah.
Like, I would go out there. And
Michael
play with-
Lane, that was fun as
Yeah,
shit.
we
You
go-
had it.
That was a punk rock band too that I didn't belong in.
Yeah.
But like
You nailed it.
Those guys were so good too.
Yeah.
But still, it was like, but they're not my best friends.
Exactly. That's the thing, dude. Like I've been offered like I have other friends that are in other bands that have asked me to sing for them.
Yeah.
Like my buddy Aaron from One Day Criminal. He had another band. I don't know if they're still together.
Criminal's so good, too.
But Aaron was a guitar player for One Day.
Yeah.
And then they split, and Aaron's like, dude, he's like, you just come sing. He's like, you don't even have to try out. He's like, just come be our singer. And I could have, like, easily, could have just stepped right in and fucking
Yeah.
sang for another band, but like, it's not my boys.
It
Like,
feels weird.
yeah,
Well, like you said, because to us it was family,
yeah,
and like while another band probably would work out and probably be great,
Yeah.
it's not the family.
yeah. That's the thing. Like, the family. the grand scheme of this whole thing,
Right.
like all these people that have been on this show,
Yeah.
I have a dog shit family in real life. Like
Right.
they're whatever. You know, my mom's cool. My dad was cool for a bit.
Yeah.
Other than that, dog shit.
Sure.
All these people are my real fucking family.
Yeah.
Like that's why this whole podcast, like, it means a lot to me. Whether it means shit to anybody else,
Yeah.
to me, this is it's awesome. I fucking love hearing the stories of all of you guys.
That's why it means a lot to me. Like,
It's so fucking cool, man. Like we've got such a crazy, huge group.
yeah. I mean,
And
it's,
to be together for 20, 30 years
yeah.
is unheard of.
It's
It's
true.
insane.
Usually people don't hang out that long. Like, and I don't want to obviously I'm close to my sister. I don't want to downplay my relationship with my sister.
Eh,
But like I don't family and my mom too. Like, but family stuff makes me so uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like the Walshes are amazing, but like they
Yeah,
like
dude.
each other and it doesn't make sense.
exactly. I am officially a Walsh.
Yeah,
Like I lived with Dan when in my teenage years when I got kicked out of my stepdad's house. I've lived with Dan in multiple other houses,
yeah.
and his family just had me over for Thanksgiving, and I'm still uncomfortable.
Right. They invite me every year
And
too, and I'm like,
it's not
"Ah."
uncomfortable because I don't feel like I don't belong. It's because I feel like I belong.
Right. They're genuinely loving.
They're so fucking cool.
Yeah, and they just
Like Mary and fucking Kim,
are the best.
they're my other mom and dad,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to show that I
Yeah.
love it and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Andy's parents let me live in their basement for years.
Yeah.
Never said shit. They're cool as fuck.
Yeah. Good people.
And then when I see them now, I'm like,
Hey.
I feel weird.
Yeah.
Which is why.
Not for nothing.
Why?
I live with Lindsay for a long time. Like
Exactly.
Bruce and Donna
Bruce and Donna.
are like family to me.
Like,
They're
I've gotten a lot
I
closer
love
with
them so
Donna
much.
lately, but
I haven't seen him in so
Bruce
long.
still scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's embarrassing to me how long I haven't talked to them because I love the Bruce and Donna
Yeah.
so much.
Like, everyone has taken me in a weird way. Like, I've never asked for it.
Yeah.
I've always been like, I'll figure it out.
Right.
I'm fucking
Yeah,
whatever.
me too.
But just the fact that so many of these people that have done your show or that are in our lives have taken me in or given me any semblance of thought.
Yeah.
It's just fucking awesome, man. Like my family fucking sucks. Like legit, like all these people that you've done are my family.
Yeah.
And like I hope they all know that. Like it means so much to me.
They do now.
Well, if they've stayed this long, we've been
Yeah, if they
fucking
made it through the episode.
yammering the fuck on.
You know, it's funny to me too. Like not actual funny, but you and I I feel like to an extent you and I bonded over at some point being a positive male role models for each other.
Yeah.
And kind of come up that way.
Yeah.
Of kind of like, berating each other and like joking inappropriately and stuff like that, but also keeping each other in line and being like, when you need to be told that's not cool, we
Yeah.
can tell each other, as opposed to
Absolutely.
lifting each other up when you need to be lifted up, or fucking if you just need somebody. Like we went and saw your mom the other day. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a great situation, but fuck, it's
Yeah.
gotta be done. We gotta go. Let's go.
And you were there without a
Yeah.
fucking question.
Yeah.
You asked me
Yeah.
if you should come. I'm like, I guess, yeah, probably, yeah, because otherwise,
Yeah.
ugh.
Well, because we're both so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was a funny conversation. Just be like, should I go? Or
Yeah.
I don't want to.
But yeah, like-
But you don't want to.
Like, I know a lot of people know, a lot of people that listen to this anyway know that I think of all of these people as my family, but I don't know how much they know
yeah.
that they are. There's no question.
Because it doesn't
I
come
would
up a
fucking
lot
do anything
on an
for
individual
anyone.
basis. That's why.
Like-
That's another reason I wanted to do the show.
Yeah.
Is so you can kind of see those. Like for most of us, we see each other at a social gathering.
Yeah.
And what do you get? Maybe 5 minutes of actual FaceTime
Yeah.
if you're lucky. And that's not to take away from the situation. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
So to get to talk to somebody one on one and actually get into anything is like, okay, not only are you amazing, but like I love you so much.
Yeah.
And this time to just sit and have FaceTime with you means so much to me.
And it's crazy how, like, I won't. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I won't see people for a couple years even sometimes.
Yeah.
And then the moment I see them, it's like I talked to you yesterday.
Yeah.
Like those connections don't happen a lot in this world.
Yeah.
And I've got 50 of those.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like our friends group is fucking awesome.
I-
It's so crazy. I tell people all the time, like I'll train these dudes at work who are like fresh out of fucking college and shit, and they're like, I just kind of hang out with my wife and that's it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I hung out with 13 of my best friends the other day. And they're like, you got 13 best friends? I'm like, I got 50 best friends. And that's not I'm not bullshitting. I got 50 best friends.
Yeah.
I've got at least 50 people that I would fucking lay down my life for.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I think it's less weird than having a few family members you would lay your life down for.
Yeah, especially like family members that like hurt and take advantage of you, but that you still quote unquote supposed to love.
Yeah.
Because they're your family.
Like because of blood. Because
like
of blood.
whatever.
Blech. I
Chosen
hate blood.
family's
Blood's
always
gross.
been the thing. Yeah, blood is gross.
Blood's gross.
Don't get any on you. It's not great.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, man. Like, it's been a wild fucking ride, and my life is not at all fucking sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
But the friends group makes it
Yeah.
all seem perfect.
Well, I think a lot of them don't realize how therapeutic it is and like how much they're helping just existing.
Yeah, and a lot of them don't have the lives that you and I have had.
Sure.
At all. Like,
and that's not
polar
to say
fucking
anything about
crazies.
what they've been through on their own.
No. But I'm saying
Yeah.
like, so our experiences are totally different, and they have no idea.
Sure. That's
Like,
true. Also,
it's-
the way we talk, how are they
I
supposed
call-
to decipher what's real
yeah.
and what's
Well,
not?
yeah.
What we're okay with and what we're not okay
Because
with.
fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, I
Yeah.
love you so much.
This is stupid.
I would literally give my life for yours.
Yeah,
Like,
I wouldn't
to
let you
everyone
do
in
that.
our group, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone. And, you know, and I would give my life right now, this second, to bring back anyone in our group that's gone.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Like,
good ones.
that's another thing.
Yeah.
Like, so many good people that aren't here. And
Yeah.
I just don't know if they knew how much they were loved. And I want everyone to know how much they are.
I feel like some of them.
Like, I love so many of you, and you mean so much to me. And
it feels
to
like
everybody. You
clearly
mean
some
so
of
much
them-
to the group.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's like those losses too are like something that tightens the group. At least you
unfortunately, yeah.
hope. Yeah, and you hate to bond over stuff like that,
Yeah.
but like it's just a reality of where we're at in life. Like
Yeah.
these things are happening, and they've been happening since we were in our 20s.
Yeah, they've had since high school.
Well,
We
yeah,
lost
that's true. Yeah,
people to car accidents in high school
yeah,
and stuff.
and actual tragedies like. It does suck, but like you feel like it bonds you. Like, all right, we need to stay a little closer because the shit is flimsy.
yeah,
Like it's painfully flimsy.
and it's never, ever, ever. You're never, ever ready for it.
That's true. Like even something like when like we were talking about going to hospitals and stuff.
Yeah.
Even when it's inevitable and you like, oh,
Yeah.
this doesn't look great. It's still like it's such a punch in the stomach when reality sets in and you're like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. Or when you get that phone call and you're like, God damn it.
Yep.
And then everybody's got to gather together and pretend we're okay.
I don't think anybody's pretending anymore, man.
No, I don't think we don't have to. Like that's the beauty of it. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Dude, like,
comfortable to break down in front of
Fuck.
anybody.
how fucking cool would it be to do an episode with Danny T?
Man,
Or fucking
like,
John Obert. His crazy fucking life, dude.
I
Like,
get so many memories from Facebook coming up with John and Heather and stuff.
Isaiah. Fucking
Yeah.
crazy fucking
And,
lives,
like,
man.
it genuinely makes me upset to think that they'll
Heather,
never be-
holy shit.
Yeah,
What a gem.
yeah, I love Heather a lot.
Her life was wild.
It was fun. I'm glad I've gotten to do a few episodes with
Yeah.
people that knew her and like could tell stories
Yeah.
about her too. Like,
God, I got 1,000. We can do this for 2 more hours, dude. I could just go on those people, man. Like,
yeah, but it's just like I said. Anybody that's not even part of the group, like, life is fucking flimsy, dude. Like, hold on to it and just tell everybody you know. Like, fuck, it's so easy to just love somebody.
yeah.
That's the biggest thing, man. Love. Just fucking love people.
Yeah, this is
Like,
not,
why? Why hate anybody?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like,
it's
people
one
do you dirty.
Sure, it's one thing to be annoyed.
Shake them off.
It's one thing to be annoyed and be like, whatever.
I don't
But,
hate
like,
anybody
Don't take it with
in
you.
my life.
Like,
And I've had a lot of people do me dirty. A lot.
yeah.
A lot of fucking people have done me real gross.
Yeah.
And I don't hate any of them. I still talk to everyone.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
I
Like,
talk to every ex.
I'm friends with every ex. Like,
I'm talk all my old enemies.
Yeah.
Quotes like,
life's
why?
too short,
Why?
man.
Why hate anybody?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't have the.
they're going through shit.
I don't have.
they're
the
going
capacity.
through shit
Yeah,
and you don't
everybody's
know.
got their own cross to bear. Like whatever.
Like at the end of the day, you know, fucking. Most of our interactions were good, so why be mad?
Right.
Because a couple dog shit things happened.
Yeah.
You know.
Like. Yeah. That didn't matter anyways.
I don't
in
know,
the grand
man.
scope of things.
Ah,
I don't
I fucking love all you guys.
know. Yeah. I'm a big fan. Also, I literally started a show.
I'm the
just to
biggest.
talk
I'm
about
the
it.
biggest fan. Fuck you.
If you, okay,
I didn't start a show, but I mean more
It's
to
not a competition.
Fuck, well, it
but,
is now.
You know. But you've been drinking. Everybody can tell.
Nobody can tell. I'm not drunk.
They're listening to you talk and they're like, something's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love everything you've done. I love getting to hear all my friends' fucking stories. I want to hear
Yeah.
more of my friends' stories, so stop being a pussy and do Tim's show,
If you want to.
if you even listen.
I'm actually, too, I think, because I want to start back up probably with season 2 in like May.
May
But I wanna start
I
reaching-
suggest you guys do the show.
Nice. I want to start reaching out to people like and actually start scheduling things better
Yeah.
instead of just like this one was such a hodgepodge where I would be like,
Yeah, this is a shit show.
yeah, I'd have like two months pre-recorded of shows,
Yeah.
and then I wouldn't have anything for like weeks. And
I'm
then,
also
like,
pretty
whatever.
bummed how little we ripped on each other.
Yeah,
You got everyone's hopes high, saying we're
No.
gonna shit on each other.
I did not get anybody's.
Turns
hopes
out,
high.
I love Tim, and I don't like being mean to him, but sometimes he
Yeah.
deserves it.
Well, because when it's a joke, it's fun.
Yeah.
This isn't. We're better in like a social situation.
Meaner.
Meaner. That's what I meant. By better, I mean meaner.
Yeah.
But also the fact that like this episode was never gonna live up to whatever hype people have created.
There's no hype.
Anybody,
I'm
but
dog
anybody
shit.
that's been looking forward to it, I didn't want to go in. I already had the anxiety of like, what are we gonna talk about?
Me
in
too.
general? Like, and I didn't want to deal with
I've
that.
been not wanting to do this since you started talking about doing a podcast.
Yeah. Well, because you know it's inevitable.
And we
like,
talk every
shit.
day.
Yeah, we've pretty much recorded an episode.
So, and nobody gives a fuck about my restricted life.
Nice catch. There you go.
My redacted
Did you
life.
hear that? That was personal growth right there.
God.
Just happened.
I'm getting stronger every day, folks.
There you go, bud.
But yeah, like, I don't know. It's, again, I appreciate that I've been brought up a bunch.
Yeah.
Which is, I know because everybody knows I'm your best friend.
Sure. Well, we're kind of a package deal.
But
a
it's
lot.
still, the things that people have said are, God damn it, thank
Yeah.
you. I told you, I texted you a couple times. You brought, like, a couple people have brought me up and it brought me to tears while listening. Because you just said such nice things about me.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I deserve it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I do, but
See, that's what I
so
like
cool.
is like, how do we take that kind of idea?
My fucked up fucking mind.
No, but like, be like, just hearing positive things about yourself because we're all thinking them or telling them to ourselves or to somebody
Yeah,
else,
I don't
but not
tell
the
shit
person
to
that they're
myself.
about. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it just texted somebody, hey man, like you were just saying earlier, hey, I was thinking about you.
Yeah.
Like, it's so simple.
Somebody texted me, Lindsay,
Yeah.
texted me not that long ago and said, hey, I've been thinking about you all week.
And like, not for
Like,
nothing,
how
but
cool.
that simple thing can just be like, like the breaking point of be like, Jesus Christ, somebody
Yeah.
genuinely like, fuck, I needed that.
Yeah.
Like, so bad.
Like, I hope that happens with more.
Yeah, I mean, we can still,
I know our friends group is rare.
yeah, it's also like everybody's
But it
very
doesn't have to
busy, I
be.
get it, like, whatever.
Like, I don't know, man.
It takes 2 seconds to shoot a text.
It's so cool.
It is cool.
Like, even like so many more people showed up to Kate's than I thought were going to for Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Because I thought, in my eyes, it was short notice. Apparently, there was a group text going on I didn't know about. But
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit. I'm like, there's like
just you and I
15
were
people
kicked out of
here.
that.
Like,
Yeah. 'Cause
yeah.
I looked, Kate even showed me her phone, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how are Jason and I not getting these?
But yeah, like, and like, I went to Halloween on the train crawl, and there's like 30 people. I'm like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
these are my people. Like, it's so cool to see. Like,
Yeah. We've got next week.
next week, Christmas party, and
Yeah.
we'll see everybody.
By
Like,
the time this comes out, that will have already happened.
I really hope
So we'll see how it went.
other people, like, that aren't in our group that may listen to this,
Yeah.
feel like you're allowed to be part of our group.
Well, sure.
Like, there's no weird walls. Like, we've brought in JJ.
Yeah.
Fuck JJ. He's
Yeah.
part of the group now. He's a
I don't
fucking
know.
nerd loser. I hate him. Piece of shit, man.
He's also the palest man.
But he's allowed. Because
Yeah.
he's, why not? Like,
listen,
who are we going to gatekeep a nerd?
can we just tell one JJ story real quick?
Oh, shit.
And can it be the one about
The
the
dildo?
dildo?
Yeah. Fuck JJ and his stupid dildo shirt.
Yeah. So what was going on? Because there was a short of all house. Like, all of you guys lived in a house together.
So we all live in a house together. We played the Big Easy
Yeah.
for Halloween.
Did you play with us?
Yeah.
That's
It
usually
might have
what
been
we
you and what was Adam's band? Adam
Blackout?
Newcomer. Yeah, Blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was you guys, Blackout, and us. And there's a costume contest.
Yeah.
And we all dressed up. Everybody to the nines. We looked fucking great. Every band looked so good.
Yeah.
You were Phantom of the Office.
That's not true.
That wasn't that year?
That
What
was
were you?
at the place you guys always played.
What were
in
you that
Aurora.
year?
I was the Ladybug.
I
'Cause
wore your
remember
costume the next
day.
day.
You had another.
And it was
show,
still sweaty.
And you guys, that was Kristen's Ladybug costume.
Holy
from the
shit.
year before.
Okay. So yeah, gross.
That we both fit ourselves
Yeah,
into.
we stuffed our fat asses into that.
Because you were Tigger.
I was
and you're like,
Tigger.
it's too hot to wear the next day.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
gave
it
you
was-
the Ladybug.
I had to get it dry cleaned for Jess because it was. I sweated my fat ass into it all night.
It's
So anyway, we played the Big Easy.
Yeah.
And there was door prizes for best costume, and our guitar player, Matt Deebs, dressed up as like a beer girl, like with lederhosen,
Yeah.
and he won a dildo. He won a dildo for the costume contest.
God, that's so funny.
That was the door prize. So for the next year or two, that dildo got sent around our house in various pranks.
Just like hide it around.
Yeah, we'd hide it. Somebody put it in the ice machine, so when you go to put ice in your cup, a dildo falls out into your cup. Somebody poked a hole in it and jammed it on the faucet, so when you turn the faucet on, it squirts dildo like jizz in your face. It ended up in so many people's underwear drawers and all this dumb shit. It actually went with us through 2 different houses.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it did both houses.
So one day, you and I used to fuck with JJ
All the time.
constantly because he's adorable and he's such a good man.
Yeah.
And he could take shit.
I can't
in
believe
stride.
Melissa didn't kill us once she started coming.
Well, I'm pretty sure Melissa still doesn't like us.
I know she likes. I introduced those assholes. If it wasn't for me,
Well,
JJ would have never asked her out.
I don't think Melissa likes me, and I can't be mad at her.
That's fair. We did one time steal his car.
We did steal his car. He wouldn't answer the fucking door.
No, I think it was totally
That
justified.
equals Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, there you go. Probably drunk driving.
So anyway, JJ was. It was early morning, like one day. I was up for some reason, probably still up from the night before. And JJ was getting ready for work. He was taking a shower and all this shit. And I saw he had his work clothes laid out on his bed, ready to go.
Yeah.
So I took the dildo that had been going around from house to house for 2 years. I took the dildo and I safety pinned it to the inside of his work shirt, right up by the collar.
Yeah.
So JJ goes to work
Yeah.
and he just grabs. He didn't put his work shirt on. He just put his jacket on, grabbed his work shirt like in a ball, went to work, And he gets to work, and he's standing at the front counter
Where I am.
where you are,
'Cause I was JJ's boss at the time.
where all the people come in, right in front of all the customers. And JJ puts his polo shirt on, and a dildo drags across his face because it's safety pinned to the inside of his shirt.
Yeah. That's a beautiful story.
And
I just
then-
love that I was there at work.
And got to see it. I'm so jealous you got
Yeah.
to see it.
Because
I got to hear about
it. An earlier episode too was there as well.
Was he?
Yeah,
That's
because
awesome.
he worked with us too.
Hell yeah.
It's so funny. Because like if there's somebody who should have a dildo rubbed across their face,
JJ.
it's so JJ.
It's so JJ. JJ dildo face.
JJ dildo face.
Stupid.
He's a beautiful
Rookie.
man, and I love
Fucking
him.
rookie.
Yeah, rookie.
New school.
New school is my favorite.
Yeah.
That's
He was
all.
younger than us. That's why
Yeah.
we call him that.
Plus, he
Danny
was
T
the
coined that
newest
name
member,
for
He
him.
would call him New School.
Yeah.
Even when other people that were newer to the group, he'd still only call JJ.
He refused to call him JJ. What's up, New School? What's up, Rook? God, I miss that man.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, so I mean, and he, everybody got it. Everybody
Yeah.
got the dildo some way or another.
Price you pay.
I'm pretty sure somebody, if I remember, somebody put it in my safety pinned it into my pants. So when I pulled it up, it slid through my butt crack. Dude, it's just,
That's funny.
yeah. Live with your band if you get the chance.
Yeah.
In your 40s.
That'd probably be fun.
Go back to living with groups of dudes in your 40s, people, because it was so much fun.
That's the secret.
Yeah. There's never been a better time in my life than living with my dudes.
Yeah, well, I spent a lot of time there too. Like,
Fuck
'cause-
these wives and kids. Live with your homies.
Yeah, you and I used to stay out pretty late,
Now just me.
drinking. Way back in the day, because I haven't in a long time. But
Yeah, you're a baby now.
yeah,
Baby
but we would destroy the house, and then the next day we would just watch River Monsters for like 8 hours. Remember when we duct tape all the pans?
Yeah.
We made a pandelier.
We duct tape pans to the ceiling fan.
Yeah, no, the remotes to the walls.
Yeah. We duct taped a bunch of pans to our. I guess it wasn't not a ceiling fan.
It was just a light
Yeah, but what's the big fancy light called?
chandelier.
Chandelier.
Yeah, that's why
We
called
duct
it a pandelier.
duct taped a bunch of pans to that. And JJ comes down one day after we did that, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And my drunk ass, "It's a pandelier." He's so pissed, dude.
It's so funny though.
Oh god, I love it.
Yeah.
We duct taped the remotes and the TV guides and everything to the fucking walls.
Anything we could find. That's how his car ended up getting stolen. Is because we came home drunk one night
Yeah.
and he wouldn't move.
He
his
wouldn't
car.
move it,
So we're like.
so
I
it got
guess-
stolen.
Yeah. So his keys were down on the counter.
JJ, I'm not sorry. Still, 15 years later, I'm not sorry. Fuck you, move your car.
Yeah.
Would have taken 10 seconds. Instead, you forced a felony.
Forced a felony. I feel like even if we would have gotten pulled over, we'd be like, "This is JJ's.
This
fault.
is JJ's problem.
He's in the second bedroom upstairs. Please arrest him."
And his girlfriend is mad. Yeah, dude. I fucking miss it, man. I don't regret. Again, I have few regrets in my fucking weird, shitty life. I don't regret anything we did with the band.
yeah.
The most fun
It was so
fucking
much
ever,
fun.
dude.
Yeah.
We made a lot of bad decisions and dumb shits and whatever, but goddamn, it was fun, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about oh, if you could go back, would you? I would.
Yeah.
And it's not sad. It was
Thanks for letting us.
the rest of my life is fucking sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people don't look at it that way.
Sure.
The shitty parts of my life were shitty. I don't want to live those parts again.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I could have done to change those parts.
Well, right. Yeah.
so I
make
would
peace
go
with
back
that, yeah.
and do the fun shit again. Why not?
Yeah.
A lot of people look at it in the wrong light, I think, when that question is raised.
Yeah.
You asked me maybe a few months ago, if you really want to go back to doing what you did in high school. I would do high school 100% over again. I had such a blast. I had so many fucking friends.
Yeah.
I had, like my high school experience,
Yeah.
maybe it's weird, was amazing. I was friends with the jocks, with the fucking art kids,
Yeah.
with the fucking punks.
But I think
Like-
that's why it's interesting to me because you already did it right. What's the point of doing it again?
Yeah, and also our
do
generation was
different.
weird where we all melded together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if we had the one class that where everyone melded together,
Yeah.
but all the jocks got along with the punks.
Yeah.
All the cheerleaders dated the skateboarders.
That's true.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, like we were friends with all the art kids, the theater kids. Like, they were funny as shit and they were cool.
Yeah.
Like, we had a good time. I would do it again.
It did seem like
Like, I understand people
Pretty
have their
welcome.
personal experiences that they went through and all that. Like, I get it,
yeah.
but I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I wonder if it's
I
like,
loved it.
If that's just
I had
how it goes or
yeah.
if it had to do with like our particular group coming up.
It might be, but I've also carried those same friends until this day.
That's what I mean. But like even like if you go back and listen to
Like, I didn't have a bad experience.
Right.
All those people I was friends with in high school, I would say 80% to 90% I'm still friends with.
Yeah.
And I reach out to them all the time. Like, even if I talk to them once a year, I still hit them up once a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm an anomaly.
I don't know. I've gotten to reach out to people that I haven't talked to in like 20 years.
It
via
feels
the show.
good, dude.
It does feel good. Like it's cool because like I'm not a great conversationalist by
Yeah.
any means, but like
Eh.
you just sitting and talking to people even though you haven't in forever, it just feels so natural.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like even my cousin who's not in the group by any means, and I'd never had a conversation with ever, so I didn't know what to expect. And I love talking to her. We've got plans to do other things as well. Like, and it's just like it just feels so natural and cool. Like just fucking strike up a conversation.
Yeah. Like, I wish more people could be like that. Like, I wish more people, I don't know. Again, I can't speak for everybody's experiences, but if you could just let some of that shit go and reconnect with the people from back then,
Yeah,
so cool, man. Like,
yeah,
I can't express how fucking grateful I am to have the same friends group for.
yeah.
I've been friends with Josh Tooley for 41 years.
Right. Yeah. That's
41.
insane. Yeah.
We were born 2 weeks apart, and he was my neighbor.
Yeah.
And my mom and his mom were best friends. I've been best friends with Josh Tooley for 41 years. I've been friends with Shoger and Dave Yohanai for 36 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Like, I don't have fucking that. Nobody else in my life is like that.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of friends have been friends. A lot of my friends have been friends with their friends since school age.
Yeah.
But since birth age, that's crazy. Like Matt Cope and Mike Cope. Rest in peace, Mike Cope.
Yeah.
Also, my mom was best friends with their friends. Or moms. So I've known the Copes since... I've known Matt Cope since he was born.
Yeah.
Which
I've
is
known him since
crazy.
He was in 6th grade.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, I understand I have a weird, a not normal existence with those people.
Sure.
But I wish more people could have those friendships because they're fucking cool.
Yeah. That's why I always wonder. I'm like, do other people just have like such healthy relationships other places?
It
that they
blows
don't
my
need that?
mind when people don't, like, like I said, like, I train a lot of dudes at work.
Yeah.
They don't talk to anybody from even high school.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Like, I've been talking to the same people
Yeah.
for fucking ever.
It's crazy to think about.
Am I weird or are they weird?
I don't think
Like,
anybody's weird. I think it's just, this is our
Like,
scope
I
of
know our
existence.
friends group is an anomaly. It's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
That makes it all the more precious.
But goddamn,
Yeah.
do I appreciate it.
Me too. Like, see who you're doing right there is called gratitude.
Woo!
You're definitely one of us woo-woo
Figuring one
people.
of those about.
We should get you some crystals.
Okay. Conversations is about ready to wrap up.
Dusty road.
Tim's woo-woo bullshit.
I'm just saying that you're practicing gratitude. A lot of good intentions going on here.
Is it weird that I don't practice it?
Not at all. I think
It's just in the moment. I don't reflect on anything. It's just that.
That's funny that you think that because you literally have been talking about how you would relive everything. I don't know why you don't think that's reflecting.
You might be right there, but I don't. I think of reflecting as like thinking about, like, but I don't think about it at all. But if somebody was like, "Do you want to go back to fucking like
Yeah. Whatever.
art class in fucking senior year?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah!" Like me and Zach Williams fucking ripping on fucking, like Trisha Kiefer, making fun of her all day.
Yeah.
Like hell yeah for funs.
Sneak into
Knowing that we love her, like we're not
Sure.
being mean.
Yeah.
Trisha Kiefer knew we loved her, but we would rip on her all day. Me and Zach Williams, like it was fun as shit. Chris Burton, making fun of him, fucking loved him. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like without hesitation, I would go back. But I don't think about it
Yeah.
because I don't have to. Because I'm still friends with these motherfuckers today,
That's
which is
that's the best
crazy.
part.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It is.
So
it is.
cool, man. So cool. I
Yeah.
love it.
It is cool. We've talked about it ad nauseum at this point.
Yeah, how do we end it? It's been like 2 hours.
Well, there's.
How
a
do we
couple-
end this? How do I
there's-
get out of here?
There's a couple of options because you and I have
Should I
also
give the finger to everybody?
you and I have also talked because I really want to do a different show than this one, like
Trauma bonding.
that that genuinely takes a more serious / black humor look at
Yeah.
our trauma and like things that we've been through and why, and
you
have
think
people
we
on that are interested in talking about that, which I understand is a big ask.
Do you
in
think we
a
have,
small group?
personally, me and you, do you think we have more in common trauma-wise or friendship-wise?
It's no secret.
Why
that
are we friends,
We don't
asshole?
have anything in common
At all.
friendship-wise.
Yeah, at all. Other than we're both
But
fat.
that's kind of happened.
Yeah, you're right.
off
We
and
didn't
on.
start out this way.
Yeah, it's kind of fluctuates. There's been bad times and there's been worse times.
You blame it on our dads.
We're in the worst times
They're dead.
now. This is the baddest it's ever been.
No.
But I want to be better.
But yeah.
But I don't think that we trauma bond
No, we don't.
because even like back when we used to drink, the thing was never
I'm drinking right now.
because I know you're an alcoholic, but the thing was never let's drink because we're sad.
No.
Or if we ever felt
actually,
bad, we never
I
did.
When I'm sad or feel bad, I refuse to drink.
Right, because it's not fun. The whole
Yeah.
point is to have fun.
Yeah, I will not drink in a serious situation.
Yeah, and that's the anytime we were feeling like actually emotional or too much was like, no, not today.
Nope, can't
It
do
was like we have to have fun and keep the, because I feel like that's where we drew the line as far as the alcoholics we grew up with.
Yeah.
Whereas like they have to do this every day to cope,
Yeah, to cope.
and we're doing
I
this
do it
when we
for
can,
fun.
for like a release
Yeah.
to have fun. Like whatever weird lines you justify to yourself, those
Yeah.
were ours. But I think that would be an interesting show for you and I, and then any guests that would be interested to talk about stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's no shame. Everybody's got bullshit.
I want to
man.
normalize it as much as possible.
Exactly.
Like,
Like, I have no problem talking about like my fucked
Yeah.
up.
And
I
you-
didn't even. We didn't get into my mom. My mom's a whole nother thing.
yeah,
We talked about my
yeah.
dad and his problems.
Yeah.
We didn't even get into his problems.
Yeah, well, like you asked me before we recorded too. Like, I don't plan anything out.
Yeah.
I just let it kind of go where it's gonna go,
Yeah.
as organically as possible, and I have like whatever comes up in my brain as we go. And like, there's things go off the rails here and there. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. I want it to be what it needs to be. But those are the kind of things that'll come up in different places later, because I feel like if we do these other ideas that I have as well, more things are going to come up. That's why I didn't want to get too much into the band stuff other than False Intent, because
Which is crazy because
I
that's
wanna-
most of my life.
right. But I want to talk with the band at large.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be cool to have everybody there at once to kind of, because
Yeah.
it's gonna be such parallels
Yeah.
that
It's funny you
like
talk
that.
to all these guests about their accomplishments,
Yeah.
and my biggest accomplishment is my band, and you didn't want to talk about it.
That your band broke up. Yeah.
Later, there was a lot of cool shit in between.
We talked about your biggest.
I was
things.
giving shit. I know you like to
playing
watch me
Wood Tour.
fail, bud.
I don't like it. It's just what you do.
Yeah, I fail a lot, and you're there to cheer me on.
Yeah. Somebody's got to be there to be like, you tried not your best, but you did something.
Look at your calf.
Bruh, it hurts so bad.
Tried to roundhouse a 12-year-old.
I didn't try. First off, I did the kick, but my leg was like, don't. And it took all my muscles with it.
Yeah, it did.
Muscles. Yeah, I don't have any of those. So anyway, to end it, usually it's
What's next?
Hey, what's next? Like,
Shit,
do you
man.
plan on doing anything with your life, or
No.
have you given up?
I don't know. I don't. What's next?
Actually, also, I know that you have dreams and things like that. Like,
I do.
what would it take for any of that to be closer to a reality?
Time.
You control your time, so give me something.
Well,
better.
to an extent. Like I work
Did you
60.
say to an extent?
I work 60+ hours a week.
But that's in your control.
Yeah,
to
I
work
get that.
job.
But I like my job.
No, you like the money it gives you.
I
You
like
don't
the
like your
money
job.
from my job. What's next? I don't know. I really don't know. There's things I want. There's things I think about, but none that really like jiggle my asshole to make me.
Is that a verb?
Yeah.
No, it's an adjective.
Yeah. So
It's a weird group of words.
I don't know. I'm content with where I'm at. I'm rebuilding.
Can you give me
I just got out of a crazy long relationship and then another failed relationship. So
Yeah.
I'm collecting myself.
collecting failed relationships?
Not even that, dude. I'm just, you know me.
Yeah.
I'm finding me again, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, that's exciting.
It is, and this last year you taught me boundaries. You told me what I gotta say and what I gotta do. As a 40-year-old man, you were like, you're letting people shit on you, dude.
Yeah.
And I never thought of it that way. I thought I was just letting people live their lives at my expense.
Well, sometimes you think you're just being nice.
That's all I think. I still
Like,
think it now,
then
even
when
though you
people
tell me
are
I'm wrong.
It's one thing too to like when somebody's taking advantage though, and like
Yeah.
when you're quote unquote nice.
Turns out that's
Yeah.
been 90% of my life is people taking advantage,
Right.
which is, whatever. I was oblivious,
Yeah.
but it takes somebody from the outside to sometimes set you straight.
Yeah. But how would you know any better? Like we talked about,
so-
you were a latchkey kid. Like you didn't have those things set in the beginning,
Yeah.
so you didn't.
No,
know
I
any
had
better.
I literally from 7 years old. My mom taught me to call 911 and use the microwave.
Right.
Like legit, she would leave me home for a few hours and every night
Yeah.
alone, straight up alone, in our haunted fucking house. But
The Aurora
Yeah,
house
like-
was haunted.
what?
The Aurora house was haunted.
The Aurora house was crazy haunted.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
we can get into that another time.
Yeah.
I got 1,000 stories of that. But yeah, like this past like year or two has just been finding out who the fuck I am again, which is crazy because
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much of me was lost.
Yeah. Well, you don't realize
I've been
it when you're in it.
catering to everybody for
So long.
20 plus years
Yeah.
and not doing what I want to do and not doing what I thought I should be doing.
Yeah.
Again, even the job, like you say, like that's my choice, but having money
Yeah.
has not been an option
Sure.
for the last X amount of years because
Yeah.
I was giving it to someone else
Yeah.
in a relationship way, whatever. So just I'm enjoying this job because it does pay me well, and I'm getting to reap the benefits of that,
Yeah.
which I haven't been able to do in years and years and years because I've been splitting it with someone else
Yeah.
or multiple people as
Absolutely.
far as like family needing it and
Right.
everything. So just what's next? I'm getting Jason back. I hope.
Yeah.
Like I've been a wayward soul for too long. I think.
Yeah.
Like feeding into too many other people's bullshit and not any of my own. Putting myself on the back burner. And I'm tired of that.
Burns you out quick.
It burned me out real slow. I did
Well-
years and years of it.
I feel like it burned you out quick, but you were like, I guess this is just how it goes.
I haven't loved me in years.
Yeah.
And I still don't love me. I'm probably never going to because I'm Irish and I'm a piece of shit.
Well, we're stubborn.
Yeah. But I'm learning that I matter, at least.
Well, as I've told you
Especially-
before, you're the best person I know.
Thank you.
I
And
would
especially
kiss you on the
after
mouth.
a few of the losses
You
we've
couldn't
had.
stop me if you wanted.
Thanks. A few of the losses we've had have
Yeah.
kind of forced me.
It can be really eye-opening.
They've kind of forced me to take a look at me
Yeah,
and the way people treat me.
yeah,
And I think that's what's next. Is I've been someone else's something, and never my own something.
right. And I think you'll find too once you can wade through that successfully.
Yeah.
Like you just said, just people treating you a certain way.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to look at me treating me a certain way.
Yeah. And I'm not mad at anybody that treated me anyway.
Oh, yeah,
I
for
love
sure.
everybody so much, and
Yeah.
I don't owe anybody anything. Nobody owes me shit.
Not for nothing, people will probably not even know you were talking about them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
They're so
it's
oblivious.
irrelevant.
It's insane.
It's irrelevant.
But just I would like to get back to knowing myself.
Yeah.
That's the biggest step. I want to buy my own home, a ridiculous home that's too big for me.
Yeah.
All this stuff you tell me I don't need, I want to do.
Yeah. Well, you're a spoiled
Like
brat.
I've lived my life for someone else
Yeah.
for 41 years.
Yeah.
I've never done shit for myself. I've done little petty bullshit for
Sure,
myself.
like get yourself a nice car, you work on
But
your car,
I've
whatever. But
always worried about how everything I do is going to affect someone else.
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, at 40 years old, 41, I only care about me, and I only care about making my life better and the life that I want to live.
yeah.
Like, that sounds selfish, and it hurts me to say it because I love everybody so much, and I feel like a dick being selfish.
It doesn't sound selfish at all
Yeah.
because it's not like if somebody asks you for something, you're not gonna help them if
No,
they
yeah.
need help.
Yeah.
You need to look out for you can't help other people if you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
So you gotta put you first.
Yeah, I'm learning that.
Yeah.
It's a foreign concept.
Yeah. It's tough.
Like, I love everybody. I want to help everybody. I want to be there for everybody.
Yeah.
And I've realized in the last year or two, I've never been there for myself.
Right.
Like, I'm there for the fun times, the goofy times, the bullshit.
Yeah.
But I've never actually, like, when shit matters, I've
Right.
never buckled down and been like, all right, dude,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. And I think that's
So,
the
my life has been a party, and
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it. It's been fucking fun. And it still is a party. I still have fun every day.
yeah.
But I I want to make myself happy instead of making everybody else
Yeah.
happy for once.
Do you feel like you know what that looks like?
I have not, I fucking,
Like, I couldn't tell you what happy means or looks like.
yeah, no.
And I feel like that's why earlier I even
I'm
said
fucking-
like what I would presume it feels like.
I'm fucking sailing in the dark here. I have no clue.
Yeah, like.
But I
just
know
kinda- I just
I'm
try to
learning the
feel
word
good.
no.
Yeah, I mean that's a big one.
I haven't said no to anybody my whole life.
Yeah,
I'm a people pleaser.
yeah.
I don't know why. Probably because of the dad shit, mom shit.
Well,
but
you've always had to try to get people to like you, so
Yeah.
they don't abandon you.
I've been abandoned by everybody.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Like and that's yeah. Like if we had to pull some strings, that's where that goes.
Yeah.
But I mean, it,
So,
it
yeah.
makes sense.
Everybody so far in your thing has had a next that's awesome.
Just so we're clear, everybody in the past guest is amazing and doing amazing things. That's the best next step you just had.
Me, yes.
Just so we're clear.
Like there's more. There you know all the shit I talk about all the time, like
Yeah,
business ideas and all this dumb shit. But
those are awesome.
that's
You can
not
say 'em out
important
loud.
right now. No, it's not even that. That's not important until I get
Well,
me
sure,
figured
yeah,
out first.
Sure.
So immediately, what I want next is just to be normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Whatever that means, but yes.
I mean, normal to myself,
Yeah.
because I don't feel normal because I've been kissing everyone's ass and wiping everyone's ass my whole life.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah. Well, and I
You know what I
feel
mean?
like you were. I'm hesitant to use the phrase, but almost robbed of your childhood because if you weren't left alone during those times, other than that, it was you and your mom versus the world.
yeah,
And where you had to be the man of the house, you had to take care of your mom made the money, but you had to take care of your
not
mom.
a lot.
Right, bare minimum.
Yeah.
But you had to take care of everything
Yeah.
and everybody, and like, she did what she could,
Yeah,
but then that's all. That's all anybody can
Yeah.
do. But you had to fill a lot of positions that a normal, quote unquote, normal person wouldn't have to,
yeah,
or go without a lot of things that you didn't know. Even now, you don't know what you're missing.
yeah.
That's why being where you're at.
The only
now
reason I
makes
know
sense.
is because of you. You're ruining my life, telling me all the things I'm fucked up about.
I mean, but it's one of those things where I know because I recognize it in myself.
Yeah,
Because I don't have it together whatsoever.
you're no better
either.
than me, motherfucker.
The only difference is that but I'm willing to go out and try things that you might not be willing to try.
I'm willing. I just don't know. I'm the weary guy about initiating.
Yeah, sure.
I have always known nothing. So leaps and bounds
Yeah.
terrify me because
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to nothing. I
Right.
finally have something.
We have a foundation.
I'm terrified to
We're
go out
used
on a
to
lim.
going to dust,
Yeah.
and now that we have,
Like
a
I've always had a
foundation-
job and
Yeah.
I've always had money to keep me
Sure.
afloat. But now I'm
You sound like somebody that farted.
But now, like, I have actual money, and I have actual the things adults need.
Yeah.
Like, I'm terrified
Because
I've been on shaky ground my whole life. So now that I'm
Yeah.
fucking finally stable, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
I want a
And
house,
that's where.
but do I want to be in Illinois? Do I want
Right.
to do this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to stay at my job? Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting old. Everything hurts. Like,
Yeah. Don't try to karate kick.
yeah, especially a 12-year-old. Do not
13.
kick a 12-year-old.
Those were 8th graders, bro.
Oh yeah, fuck those guys.
But I say that's what the shift for me was too. And again, like when I did an episode with Melissa, and I'm not advocating or saying that she's the be all end all or has answers for anybody by any means.
Yeah.
But what I did with her triggered something in me to where I realized that I've always fallen to dust all the time.
Yeah,
And it helped me establish a foundation that I felt and I still feel is like indestructible. Like, no matter what, this is the lowest I can fall because I finally have a set, and it looks different because like I don't care about. Like I'm as she said, I'm willing to have money and I'm very open to anything that's coming my way, but I don't have the same attachments to needing the job. Like even for this show, it's a matter of what's important to you. Since I worked at a school, I took off the whole summer and focused on this podcast because I love it and I wanted to get as much as I could before I had to get back to work. And so I didn't work at all, so I didn't make any money. I lived off of a credit card, which don't do. This is the dumbest idea.
you can do it. Builds credit. As long as you're responsible
As long
about
as
paying
you're
it.
responsible, right? And I knew I was coming back, and that was the trade-off I was willing to make.
Yeah.
Is to actually take a chance on myself. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's some wildly popular thing or ever would be, but I love it so much and it means so much to me that it's what I want to get out into the world as much as I can for as long as I can.
Yeah.
And I 100% understand other people not wanting to do that,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't recommend it, but it's what was important to me
Yeah.
at this time.
Yeah, you've been cooking this idea for a long time.
Yeah. And now it's out here marinating.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
And I think a lot more people listen than tell you that they listen.
I see the stuff.
Yeah.
It's in like 12 countries. It's in like 30
Who the
states.
fuck lives out of country?
Yeah, like I don't know.
Where does that come from?
Like I know people in Germany. At least I
Ah.
can know who that is.
Victoria.
Adam from
Who the fuck is that?
Berkeley.
Oh yeah, it's Switzerland.
At least I know he at least listened to
Sweden?
Katie's episode.
Switzerland. One of them's in a civil uproar right now.
Yeah. But those are
Maybe
the only.
Norway.
Other than that, I'm like, who are all these other? There's people in Australia, and I'm like,
Good day, mate.
I don't know any of them. But
Yeah, man. I fucking love it.
Yeah, I love it too. Like, and I've got a lot of plans for the future, and I've talked to a couple of people too that want to get their own show
Yeah,
going.
you're saying that.
The Empire Begins.
Have you talked to Amanda anymore? No.
No.
No?
I want to.
Let's talk to her together. Let's make that happen because that's a really good one, man.
I want to.
Let's FaceTime her.
It felt too
Freak her
exploitive
out.
at the time.
Yeah, at the time, but
And
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure
I'm
things
hoping
have
she's
calmed
in
down
a
again.
better place. Because actually,
But also at the time, that might be the time. That might be what sets her.
yeah, I mean, she gave me permission, but I'm just like,
Yeah. It might be. I don't know.
it is what it is.
That's all here.
But I actually talked to when I did talk with Kim Smith also, or Kim Schatz. Sorry,
Schatz.
I gotta get better at that. People's.
Are you
actual
talking about
names,
the lesbian from high school?
God damn it! You're not supposed to say it like that, but yes. Now I'm gonna have to call her up again and be like, another dickhead is running his mouth. But she has a bunch of friends that I wouldn't mind doing like a 6-episode thing about addiction in general.
Yeah.
She said that there was people that would be very interested in that.
Yeah, man. I think
that
you
run
got a
those
good thing
programs.
going here, man. Like, the biggest thing is people's willingness.
Yeah,
You know, and like I said, I'm your best friend. I talk to you every fucking day,
yeah.
and even I was hesitant
Well, sure.
because it's half because I don't think anybody really gives a shit. I don't know
You
why.
can get so many texts when this goes live.
I don't
People be
care.
like,
I
"Oh,
don't want any.
Jay."
I don't want it. One text. Don't fucking
gonna.
text me.
They're gonna.
Uh,
In fact, when this airs, at this point, everybody texts Jay and tell him they love him.
oh,
Yeah.
don't.
Fuck
You
yourself.
fake
How's that?
bitches. No, like I'm your best friend, and I'm hesitant to do this because I didn't know what to expect. Because, like I said, all your guests so far have had like great, like rise to maturity stories, and like success stories, and plans for the future, and like that's not me. I don't feel bad about it, but I also don't think anybody wants to hear about me reliving my past.
I think you'd be surprised.
Like you know what I mean?
Part of the show
it's not that
is,
I'm fucking regaling the glory days or whatever. Like they were fun as shit, and I don't regret any of them. I fucking love all the friends I've made along the way,
Yeah.
even the ones that are, just bar friends that I don't talk to anymore. Like I still love them. If I see them, I'm gonna hug the shit out of them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's just. I was hesitant because I think negatively about myself. And if that's the way you're feeling about doing Tim's show, like it's not that. It's just a homie who wants to fucking show
Just
you
a
that he
simple
loves you, dude.
conversation.
And it's awesome. Like I hate that I was the last one because I feel like the stupid build up.
This is a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. I talk to you every fucking day.
Like
You-
2 hours and 42 minutes right
Holy
now.
fuck.
What a
What is
world.
this, Joe Rogan? 2
Yeah.
hours and 42?
Nobody's gonna listen
Fuck
to this.
me, dude.
Yeah,
Cut
let's
half
wrap
of
it
this
up.
shit.
Let's wrap it up.
Kick me in the dick and
There's
send me
plenty
home.
of stories we've saved. We can tell another
If
time.
anyone made it this far, I
Yeah.
apologize profusely.
Yeah, you know what? It's my show. I should have been better.
2 and 45.
So even now we're just stalling. Like either way, I love you to death.
I love you too,
It's
buddy.
been awesome.
You're a real sack of shit for making me do
100%.
this.
You're the best person. I know, and you're a handsome man.
And I love everyone that's done the show so far. I appreciate all of you so fucking much.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
is the end of the season.
The end of the season.
Thank you guys so much.
So
I've loved
fucking
every
cool,
single
man. I
person I've
loved
gotten to
hearing the
talk to.
stories.
Cannot wait to talk to more people. I've got a list of so many names
Yeah.
of so many different people that I want to reach
Well,
out
I
to.
hope they do it, man.
I hope they do it too. Like
I genuinely look forward to Monday
I want
morning.
to name drop, but I don't want to like get anybody's hopes up. People just be like, I don't want to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to piss everybody
I
off.
fucking
or-
love you guys, man.
Yeah.
And thank you for being my friend for 30 plus years, folks.
Yes, thank you.
And
guys.
Tim, you're my best friend.
Yeah, my
You're
best
cute as
friend.
shit.
I told you I
Stop doing
kissed
high
you on
kicks in the
mouth.
parking lot.
It wasn't the parking lot. It was in the art room. Either way, stop doing high kicks when you're 40
I love
and
you.
fat. All right.